Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
We will bring the jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican police service Latino.
Is that correct?
I didn't ask you to interrupt me. Oh, for Trump's sake.
literally not true.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. It's great to have you all here today. Hope you're all staying warm wherever you are. It's a little chilly out there. It's just a little bit chilly. So I feel like I'm missing something. All my lights are on, camera's on, focus, we're good. I don't know what it is we're missing, but something's missing today. Hello. It's too chilly. It's way cold. Yes, it's so cold out there. Oh man. Let's see. Zimmy 123. Just that easy, Zimmy. You just like that have won the internet. Your promptness and punctuality this morning make you first in chat. It also makes you be first in line for punishment. We're going to punch you with internet ownership. Everything IP related worldwide is your responsibility until we go live again, which should be right after lunch. So that'll be just great. Can't wait to see how you do today on this chilly day of internet ownership. Let's see. I missed a couple comments came in. I need to get. Oh, look at this, Frosty Jen on the jury. 33 months. OG Frosty Jen. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good to have you here. Congratulations on 33 months. That's just really cool. What a great day to be here. Because we have been following the Brendan band. We've been following the brother murder. I can't even get their names right. It's terrible. Brendan Banfield is the au pair trial. We've been following the brother murder trial as well, and we're bouncing back and forth. Today is the day we bounce back to the au pair trial. Hopefully, we've got fingers crossed, and I'll explain to you why in just a minute. It's scheduled to be today. But today is also...
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day! Welcome to Wednesday. I might pass out. I choked on the end. I was mid hump day, and I was thinking... I was doing like a Jean Paul. There's no way to go on. I was doing that, so that's what I was trying to channel, right? My Les Mis performance, and then the television set in. So that was I've never been. It broke me. Oh, but I'm healed by Deer Park water, and you too can be healed by Deer Park water if you buy this at the store and drink it. Deer Park water, it's the stuff life is made of. No, just kidding. It's not a sponsor yet. Seriously, Deer Park water. When are you going to connect? We could do something, right? I could. Wow, I feel better. I could do hump day yells all day long after sipping Deer Park water. See, I've got ideas, Deer Park. Let me know. Hit me up if these are good. Okay, you want this. Not a sponsor. They might sue me, actually. That's worse. If they sued me, I would sip their water and then spit it out in court. I'd be like, it's that good. I want to still taste it. But anyway, good morning. It's hump day. We made it halfway through the work week. Sorry, today's a terrible start. I did almost pass out, though. Like, honestly, tunnel vision. I'm not sure why that sort of set in. I was on Deer Park's website this morning. Once again, just looking, maybe I applied wrong. Maybe when they said, contact us for collaboration, maybe I had not clicked the submit button. No, I think I did everything right. Yeah, careful. They could make you a dealer. All right. I was in the middle of telling you what's happening today. We're going to do birthdays. Let me do that. Let's do birthdays first. That way I can get all the things I have to do done, because we have to do birthdays. And then we're going. Red Pen's like, birthdays? So was there something we were supposed to do on our end? Josh has them. Okay, awesome. After birthdays, I'm going to explain our predicament, our situation. Big shout out to Rob from Lawn Lumber as well. He's been texting a little bit this morning, letting me know what the situation is up there, because he is up there in the courthouse we're going to be going to in Virginia, in Fairfax County. And I'll give you his update, and also just let you know why there's a question mark over today. Josh, thank you very much for getting the birthdays together for us. Thank you. After all that, I apologize, birthday people, if I just don't have it in me to sing at 100%, which I normally try to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to sing Happy Birthday. Now I have the hiccups. I think that can also be cured by Deer Park water. Yep, they're gone. Thanks, Deer Park water. I don't know how many times I have to say it before I get their attention. I like your product. I drink a lot of it. By a lot, I'm talking about, I don't know, we go through 90 bottles a week. Hit me up. All right. Let's see. Water. It's good stuff. Let's see. I was in the middle of we're doing birthdays. That's what it was. Everyone stand up wherever you are. What's up, Doc? Okay, here we go. We're going to try that again. Screw it. We'll do it live. Everyone stand up wherever you are. Take a deep breath. Shoulders back. Project your voice to the back of the room. Blend your voice with your neighbor and warm up with me if you will. La 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 la. Oh, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to have to carry me on this one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ariel, Beverly, Cynthia, and Tim's grandma. Happy birthday to you. Tim's grandma especially. That is just awesome. To everyone who's celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. There are many wonderful days, but today is your special day. And I realize there are a million places you could be and a million people you could have celebrated with, but you chose to be here with us. The privilege, pleasure, the honor, the joy is ours. Hopefully we can turn that joy back to you and make your day just a little more special. And begin by helping yourself to free pancakes at Denny's, IHOP, Village Inn, Waffle House, McDonald's, Tammy Dunlop's House, Andy's Grill, Bob Evans, and Cracker Barrel. Whew. That's a bit of a workout. You know what I like after a workout? I like to drink some cool Deer Park water. Yum. I'm going to work on these. Deer Park's getting a commercial out of me whether they pay for it or not. Oh, all right. Happy birthday to everyone who's celebrating 60th day. Somebody write me a good ad. Good ad for Deer Park water that I can send to them and say, maybe we'll hashtag them. Deer Park requires you to drink 91 bottles. I was one short. We need it to sound a little more believable. What? I don't know what you're talking about, product placement. No, this is... Oh, I just want to stretch a little bit. Early morning. Okay. Me and Deer Park. That's we all day, Stevie. Yes, 100%. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating. Thank you, dancers, for the big finish here. We're going to play the air drums to wrap up this song. Right. There we go. There you go. Happy birthday. Celebration is on. This whole channel will one day become Recovery Addict trying to get a Deer Park sponsorship. Yeah, I'll drive it to the ground, but I'll get that dang sponsorship. It's going to happen. I can't think of another company that might align with us more purely and just be like a perfect fit. See how I said pure, like spring pure, than water, because I drink a ton of it. You guys know I'm not a camel. I drink a ton of water. Please remind your lovely wife to send me the fantastic cake that makes money happen recipe. Red Pen. I will do that. I might have to get my daughter to grab it. Oh, the Screaming Goat Company. We sort of sponsor them anyway because we just send everyone to their Amazon listing and they sell them. I'm not sure what they'd benefit by having us do that more often. All right. I think you were water drunk. It could happen, I guess. RA might be added to Deer Park's water website as distributor. I'm finally, as of yesterday, I didn't want to bring this up again because I am a private person. I don't like my private information getting out. We don't allow people to post my private phone number and address on the channel and things like that. I'm private. I want work to be work and my family to not have to worry about work, my work, and people from my work, interacting. That's the way I am. And hope you understand that. But Pucky Puppy, I'll say their name now, just yesterday, finally removed all my information. And this is after 3 times they contacted me saying they had done it and it was still on their website. And eventually I had to literally send them a screenshot of their website with a big red circle around my information on the map and the circle around this. And then they replied back and they're like, just to be clear, which one of it is yours? I'm like, it's this one right here. I'm like, oh, thanks for letting us know. We'll work on that. Finally, my bike dealership is gone. So I'm back to the anonymity. We get free Deer Park t-shirts. Oh, man, that would be awesome. You know what I was actually looking for? I was looking online. I was looking at eBay this morning, as well as just generally the web, to see if Deer Park Water has a refrigerator, like a mini fridge. You know how like those gamers, the guys who play video games online, they have like this cool room that's all lit up in lights and everything, and then background they've got like their Red Bull fridge or their Monster Energy or their Mountain Dew fridge or whatever it is. Their drink is Prime. It's like all logoed up and lights and everything, and then it's full of beverages. I'm like, I could do that with Deer Park Water. Surely Deer Park Water has a themed fridge I could buy and have Deer Park Water in the back. Apparently it has not crossed the mind of their promotional manager to make a fridge for Deer Park Water, which is it's a perfect fit. It's a perfect fit. But anyway, I might have to make my own. I'm going to be cutting out labels from like Deer Park water boxes and gluing it to the fridge. Gamers use G Fuel. Okay. See, that's how long I've been out of the game. Deer Park Water sends a cease and desist. I'm sorry, that made me choke, greeners. Please leave us alone. I forget. Was it Regina? Somebody sent me Pickles yesterday, and they sent me 3 bottles. 3, that's this many. 1, 2, 3. 3 bottles of spicy maple bourbon pickles, jars, like the old ones, the ones that have been discontinued now. So I literally have the last spicy maple bourbon pickles on earth. They sent 3 jars through Walmart shipping. 2 of them broke in transit and got repackaged. So I got 1 jar packaged very well that smells very strongly of spicy maple bourbon pickles, and it's all sticky and everything else. I had to wash it and clean it up. And it was very well packaged with lots of newspaper and everything else around it too. And then I got a note from the post office saying 2 broke in transit, and I don't want to open. I don't want to open that jar yet. I want to. They're on the top shelf in the pantry right now, because they are top shelf items, and with them being gone, they are the last. They were the only other thing that might possibly would sponsor me. But all right, let's see.
In front of the Walmart.
We're waiting for court to start. Before it starts, let me tell you, I was I went back because we have been sort of doing the yo-yo back and forth between the brothers, the mansion murder, and the au pair trial. So I need to get back in the vibe and like try to figure out, okay, where are we? Get caught up on the au pair. What was it like? So I went back and watched a little bit of the au pair trial just to remember.
You want to give it a second to finish?
Okay. This was from last time we were here before the storm.
Yeah, don't get hit by that. You're going the wrong way.
I was told council wanted to see me inside back.
Let's see. Mm-hmm. Just to refresh our recollection as to what we did before. Where were we? Sandy gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Sandy, for kicking that off this morning. That's very, very generous of you. Congratulations to the recipients. Okay, let's just...
I think I'm about to catch a whooping.
Mm-hmm. Where'd we end up yesterday? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. This is how it went all day. I remember now. We need a Deer Park sponsored ad. Oh, it's almost as if we're both vying for the very same sponsorship. Nothing happened. Yes, that was Deer Park water he was drinking as well. Nothing happened. Like for the last 20 minutes of trial. Do you remember that? Nothing happened. And so I had to really rewind. This is live. The jury's sitting there during all this. Oh, there's that noise. We had that happen. Baker's sick. Oh, man. I hope he gets feeling better. All right. Anyway, after that, we went back to his investigator. It took forever. But it was fun. It was fun to refresh our recollection. What we had last time we were there, remember, they brought in that audio expert, the guy on Zoom, who has a really cool job, according to me, and he was going to analyze the audio of the 911 call and then compare it with like the baseline or the known recording of Lily, the dog, to try to say that the sound you heard in the background was not his wife dying from stab wounds and moaning in pain. It was just the dog. I think that's what we were trying to get. But then the baseline audio was rejected because of foundation, and we didn't get that in, so the expert couldn't really say anything. And so like, well, we'll call you back. Can we call you back on Zoom? And he said, sure. Then we went back to his expert, this guy, and he was on the stand, and they kept showing him things, but they needed the foundation for that as well, because he has to go back and bring in everything from before. Selena says, waiting to hear what you learned from Rob. Oh, okay. Thank you, Selena, for the reminder. Rob texted me this morning and basically said, it's a nightmare up here. It took him like 10 minutes on a 4-wheel drive truck with locking differentials to get out of his neighborhood even. The side streets are a mess. Even with really good snow handling vehicles, it's going to be a challenge to get to court. Now, hopefully the 10 o'clock start time is going to be a little bit better. Maybe the roads will be a bit better at that time, but it is freezing cold still, so the snow's not really melting. There's still ice everywhere, and it's very likely that some jurors just can't make the trip. I mean, unless you were, born and raised in a Subaru all-wheel drive, or you got rally car driving in your blood. Snow driving is different, and it's just it might be a little bit too much for some of the jurors. So let me get we'll get caught up on that in just a second. Hang on, go there and there. Where are we? Don't think it's that one. Hold, please. Okay, let's go there. All right, we have court. We have no audio yet, but we're catching up. So there's a chance we could lose some jurors, and the question was asked by one of the mods, like, how many jurors? What if the judge sent forward lists to retrieve the jurors? How many could we lose? And obviously, you don't want to lose any jurors during a trial. If the alternates are best kept as alternates, you like to have those in case. But they are there for a reason. And if a juror or two is not able to make it, it's possible that might just be the final straw. And it's like, well, guess what? Sorry, I know you tried. Thanks for being here all these days, but you're off the jury now because you're not here. And then we'll see an alternate in your place. We have 4 alternates. 4 alternates. And getting caroled is officially in my vocabulary. Yes. That's not being sung to. It's when the judge drags you to court personally to serve on the jury. There might be 1 or 2 jurors might even be tempted to call in if they can't make it. If there's like 5 or 6, okay, we're probably going to either cancel court or delay court for the start today. They're not. I don't think they'll just burn all 4 of their alternates right now, because surprise, surprise. It is Wednesday. We might not have court here on Friday because they're not scheduled to. So it's just Wednesday and Thursday, 2 days a week that we could hold court. And we have another nor'easter, a storm lining up for this weekend, which could disrupt court next week as well in this case. I do have the wrong trial counter up. Thank you for that. I don't think we counted anything in this trial, come to think of it. Let me just turn off the counter altogether. I think that's on 2. That is 2. There we go. All right, check milestone messages. I will do that really quickly. I'm falling behind a little bit. So let's see. Oh, we got a couple here. Frosty Jen, obviously we got you 33 months. Congratulations, OG. Share Bear, 34 months. OG as well. Love my Ari family. All stay warm. I am Super T. Thank you for the super sticker and the super chat. Hubby had to have 4 Zephyr valves removed from his lung that were put in last year. He's experienced discomfort, but doing well. Thank you for everyone for the prayers. They worked. I am Super T. That is awesome. I realize that's still scary, and recovery and everything else is not fun, but good news there, and we'll take it for sure. Thank you, everyone, for your thoughts and prayers on their behalf. Late but present member for 15 months. Hydration hits different when it's Deer Park. Okay, that's a shirt. That's a shirt right there. Sandy, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, and Selena K wanted to hear what's up from Rob. That's it. I'm going to text him if something happens here. He might actually make an appearance in the courtroom because he's there. So I'll let him know if you think there's something happening that Rob might be. It might help Rob to hear. Remember, I think we've got FNF this week. Is it this week or next week? He's coming back. He's been super busy, but he's coming back, and I think he'll be talking about this one because this is home turf. Is he testifying today? Glad to be here. Mary, possibly, quite possibly. But we also know that we might be bringing in some foundational witnesses to bring in the baseline dog Lily recording that has to come in. We have to bring in the baseline documents that all the expert was reviewing. Remember how he made all his own breakdowns of the phones and the data, and those aren't admissible because he cropped off the headings and he just made a mess and he marked them up and everything else. We need to bring in the source document there and possibly remake all those. Plus, the judge, she threw a fit last week, if you remember this as well. She threw a fit and says, no more. I'm not going to do this numbering for you. You've got to figure out your own case. Our court is not going to do your paralegal's work for you. Get your poop in a group, right? Get the numbers right. Get it presented. Get it turned over to the other side. So, although we had a long break, defense probably worked all weekend long and through the storm as well. Weebug, prayers for my sister, very sick with COVID. Oh, no. And my 5-year-old great-nephew getting tonsils out on Friday. The tonsils out, although it's not fun, I've heard that during recovery, you're only allowed to eat ice cream. So maybe that will help the 5-year-old a little bit. Hope all goes well, but definitely thanks for the thoughts. We'll keep your sister in mind. Katie Law and Drama says, day 3 of no school and kids are multiplying so much multiplying so much laundry and food in Arkansas. Katie, oh my goodness. Arkansas got clobbered with the snow, got quite a bit of it, as did many other states. But at least you got power, right? That's a good thing. Maybe see if you can find some sleds somewhere and send them outdoors and say, go make a hill and sled on it. But Katie, thanks for being here. Thanks for your support as well. Good luck with the kids today. Let them watch court. We'll try. Well, I don't know. It's not going to be kid friendly very much today, I don't think. All right. I think I've recovered from the hump day yell this morning. My throat's coming back to. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Wait. Why is it not? Why is everything frozen?
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Do we have any preliminary matters before the jury comes out?
Not at this time, Judge.
Sounds like the
Not
jury's
at this
here.
time, Judge. Depending on how counsel presents their evidence, we will have a request regarding our expert watching their expert, but I'm not sure that's relevant for today.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Judge, I do have a couple of matters that I'd like to present. May we approach?
Okay, sure.
Sidebar to kick things off. And we will do that like this. Let me get everything synced up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 11 seconds. That's our match. All right. I think we're pretty close to being perfect here. All right. Last witness appeared via Zoom. Yes. Well, actually, we had one. We went back to his expert one more time after the Zoom guy, just briefly for like 2 minutes, and then. And he's like, well, we really can't do anything because we have to admit the foundational stuff, and you've got all this homework. You're going to fix it. So I don't know. We're not going to do Barrero yet. That's the Zoom audio guy. We're not going to do him yet because we need foundational stuff first. But Barrero should be back. We should also have some foundational stuff or some backing up with the expert witness. So it has to be someone else because the expert couldn't bring it in. So we've got someone else they're going to call there. Bet he won't testify, says Jody. You think he won't? I think he will. I think he will. I think he has to paint the au pair as a liar. Because she talked already. She spilled all. And there has to be an alternate story presented. Why can't he listen to sidebars? Different courts, different states to handle it differently. Even different judges handle it differently. But it's possible that he waived his right if Virginia recognizes the right for the defendant to participate in all parts of the trial that are influential on the outcome, like Florida does. He might not want to. It might be a security issue. Let's see. What if Brendan will pull a Walsh and change his mind today? He needs to testify, but not sure he will. Only for today. Let's count how many times he messes up the exhibit numbers. That's impressive that EDB never lost power. Either she's got a generator or she's very fortunate. Her part of the country got like half of Tennessee lost power. There was a ton. Joe, thank you very much. We do have a friendly chat. Sorry your experience other places has not always been the same. sync these a little better. Okay, when does he... Watch for Brendan touching his ear. There it is. Boom. Okay. So I'm a little bit off. We'll fix it. Down and up. Boom. Pop the neck from the... Okay, we're good. I'm trying to get a perfect match here, and it's just not working the way I want. All right. I missed a couple things. Hold, please. Sorry. OG Sean White, who I might add is starting a YouTube channel covering DoorDashing. OG, wish you the best on that. It's the same YouTube. If you click on his name and go to his channel, you can see him there. In Boston, with the Boston accent as well. Mom, thank you for Sean, by the way, for 5 gifted memberships, and wish you all the best on that on the YouTube channel. I know it's always a rough start getting started, and then once you figure it out, it's like, oh, this is fun. Mom, veteran wife, Brendan's demeanor is really different today. It is. And maybe that's because he's going to testify. Maybe he's super nervous. Maybe this is the clenched version of Brendan. Okay. Bailiff's a little jittery behind him. Is that perfect? And then Sean says, happy hump day. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. Okay. Fixed it. Nailed it. It only took like 6 tries, but did get the sync perfect. Still waiting on the sidebar to be over. This is how we've started the day on several occasions. So imagine the defense is either talking about the exhibits and the numbering and the presentation or evidence, or possibly trying to feel the judge out to see if she's going to allow certain stuff to come in through certain witnesses. I don't know what foundational witnesses need to testify to allow some of that base material in that they've been trying to question their experts on. But, oops, that looks funny. Hit the wrong button. But if they can get that in, then we might have some more. We might spend all week dealing with expert testimony on those. Seems a little defeated today. Maybe his lawyer just told him, look, I couldn't get it done. No, there's stuff we can't bring in. This was our plan. We've got to change it. Reverend Beasy, we do sell them. They're actually sold over on, I think, on eBay. The mugs. And we use the term sell loosely. This is how great I am at marketing merchandise. I wanted them to be as cheap as possible, right? I didn't want it to be like I'm selling this gold-plated mug, and if you cash in your 401k, you too can afford one, right? I wanted it to be something that everyone drinks out of a mug, whether it's hot chocolate or coffee or something else. And so I'd like something that everyone could get, that could be for the channel, and I wanted to make it as affordable as possible. So I literally made it as cheap as I possibly could, using math in my head. Turns out I am selling them, when you can't factor in my costs and the cuts that eBay and the printing company takes, that it only costs me 25 cents per mug I sell. But it costs me that. So please buy one. You can have the quarter on me. It's great. I just have never changed the pricing. So I'll take 50. It's not so cheap that people will be like, haha, I'll make him go broke. You would go broke first for sure. It's just all the money goes somewhere else. But don't let that stop you. Buy a mug. They're the best mugs I've ever seen. As far as the size, the handle size, it's just great. I probably need a new design, but we do have mugs. Living Ghost says, buy 8 and send a $2 super sticker. There you go. That's a wash. So appreciate that. Is there a link to the mug? I think there is. Change the price. I don't know how. It pairs well with Deer Park water. Pouring Deer Park water from a Deer Park water bottle into a Recovery Addict mug is an experience you won't forget soon. There it is. You can get the mug right there. We need some new designs, though. I might need some help. Design a new mug. Something that's timeless, right? Not tied to a certain case. Jen, is this live? Yes, it is. We are live. The jurors, enough jurors showed up that we're able to hold court. I don't know if they all made it or not, but we're here. This is in Fairfax County, Virginia. It is live. This is trial's supposed to start at 10. We're now 12 minutes into the jury's time as we have a sidebar called by the defense to talk about a couple issues. Lady Draconis, how are you doing? Good to have you here. I hear, is it true that Rob's going to do FNF this weekend? Oh, Greeners, this is a good one. If at first you don't succeed, it's only attempted murder. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's not that we're encouraging it. We're just citing the law, right? I like that one. What's your take on that? What's your cut if I make that? Let me check. Rob texted me the other day. Let's see. Yeah, it's this week. It's a high likelihood that it's coming back on Friday for FNF. So we'll see how it works out. We do want a sidebar still going on. It's taking some time. I see there are 11 mugs in people's carts. Well, I will put my quarters together and you can all get one. Where is the sound? Can you hear? If you can hear me, the sound is working. If you can't hear me, well, this restart. If you can't hear me, this is not going to do you any good. But YouTube's had some problems lately refreshing your screen. If the sound suddenly goes out, if my mouth's moving and you don't hear anything, just restart. So I just sold 2 mugs.
All right, we ready for the jury then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you want to take a look at this? Sure.
Exclamation point mug will make the, I'm not sure, is that just a mod that can do that? Exclamation point mug. Puts the link up in chat. That's the point. That's the point I'm here for. We're all recovering from something. There's the mug link right there. Mug link in chat right now. You have to scroll up a little bit to see it. Anyone can activate it. I'm not sure if Rob personally knows the defense attorney, but this is his home stomping grounds. So I know he was receiving paperwork regarding cases he's related to at the time this was going on from this courthouse. So Am I too quiet today? I can improve that. I'm resting my voice after the hump day yell. Lady Tanya, thank you very much. Hope you'll love it. Love my mug. It works well on a heated coaster. It's the best mug I've ever seen. Size-wise, it's generously sized. It's just built well. We have broken one of ours. I think we broke the
All right, good morning,
black
ladies
one.
and gentlemen. As you may recall, before the break, we were in the middle of an expert testifying for the defense. Can you take the stand, sir? Of course. Just a reminder, you're still under oath, okay?
The expert has not been able to talk about his testimony this whole time with the defense, but he is also sort of their tech advisor, so they work closely together. It's a little funny how that works. Let's see if we have the source document printed out now.
Good morning. Yes,
Can
I
you leave the
am.
microphone to you, please?
Good morning, sir.
There we go.
Mr. Litsky,
Deer Park
can
Water,
you see
not a
the
sponsor.
screen before you?
I don't have anything. Yes, there it is. Yes.
In terms of foundation, these are the, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what it is that you're looking at right now?
This is a T-Mobile responsive record, I believe, to a search warrant issued by the Fairfax County Police Department and the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. This is cell tower location information for Mr. Banfield's phone.
And sir, I'm going to slide down. Do you see the highlighted portion?
I do. This is filtered in particular for the evening of January 9th, 2023. And there's one record in particular. These are in UTC time, so it's reflective of January 10th in the early morning, but it's January 9th for the conversion.
Your Honor, move that in as Defense Exhibit 294.
Any objection?
If I can have the court's indulgence for just one moment.
Sure.
Come on, State. You knew this was coming in. You had like 3 days notice and all weekend. They're looking for some way to keep this out. Courtroom audio got muted. It's back.
And I misspoke.
And it's gone again.
Mr. Banfield's. So row 4381, which is highlighted, is just a data session point that T-Mobile logged with location information. The second column from the left, start time, is the beginning of the data session, and the column to its right, end time, is the ending. For locational information in this regard, the beginning time is what I'm focused on.
The court skipped.
And sir, I'm going to have you look at,
Like the feed skipped. Hold, please. I think we fixed our problem. So we're going to have you look at something. We don't know what it is.
sir, I'm going to have you identify what would be marked as Defendant's Exhibit 295.
I see it.
Can you identify that?
This is just a Google map of the Herndon area with an annotation of the approximate location of the Banfield residence and Stablebrook Way. Also, the tower that handled the data session on the previous slide marked with a red pin.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 295.
Any objection?
No objection.
295?
And so, sir, the jury is waiting to see that. Explain what that previous slide is relating to what you've put in Defense Exhibit 295 and what that shows.
So on the left-hand side, the icon of the house or structure is designed to represent the approximate location of the Banfield residence. And the red pin, which is in sort of the middle of Stratton Woods Park, towards the upper right-hand side, is the location of the T-Mobile cell tower that handled the data session from the previous slide.
Your Honor, I'm moving on to what will be marked as Defense Exhibit 296. Sir, are you able to see that slide?
It's still 295.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Same.
See, this pacing was is painful. I was really hoping he would have been a little more, I don't know, a little faster in his presentation.
Sir, are you able to see the next slide identified as Defense Exhibit 296?
I am.
Can you identify that slide?
I can. This is a screenshot of the portable case digital forensic platform for Ms. Banfield's laptop for January 9th, 2023 from, I believe, noon through midnight.
And what is the significance of this document?
That there was no data, no usage of the laptop during that time period on January 9th.
All right, move that in as Defense Exhibit 296.
Any objection? Can you make it just the full screen? Because I can't have the other slides
Yes, Your Honor.
being shown to the jury.
Thank you for the this little picture you guys made for me that I can use when I have to go on a little break. This looks great. I love it. Let's see, what else can we put up there? There's me.
apologies, Judge. I can't seem to move that next slide.
His expert on the stand is the one who knows how to move the slides around.
May I can ask the expert for help with this?
All right.
He has to come down off the stand, fix the evidence. He's not able to go forward one slide. This is literally a PowerPoint issue. His expert's getting paid, I don't know, what, $200, $300, $400 an hour to do Computer 101 IT support. So it's in his best interest to take his time doing this, because technically he's still on the stand for this. And it's not working for him either. Oh, this is a train wreck.
Can you go back one? We were on 296.
Yeah, good. 296. There you go.
There you go.
Any objection to 296?
No, ma'am.
All right, 296 in evidence and can be published.
Sir, if you can explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Could you move your microphone back, please?
If you can explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what is this Exhibit 296 show with regard to your digital forensics analysis?
So I analyzed the data usage from the laptop on this particular date, January 9th, particularly the evening, but again, filtered this to go back to, I think, approximately noon. And there was no data usage whatsoever on the laptop for this time period.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to the next slide.
All right.
Defense, identified as Defense Exhibit 297. Sir, do you see this slide before you?
I do.
Can you identify it?
This is part of the Google production in response to a search warrant showing the activity from January 9th, 2023 in the evening, particularly the 11:10 startup or creation of the alleged suspect Gmail account.
And
you need to tell us what
Your
we
Honor,
see
move that
here.
in as Defense Exhibit number 297.
Any objection?
No objection.
297 in evidence.
Selena, thank you very much. 5 gifted memberships.
Sir, going from left to right, explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury of what it is that's displayed and what the significance of it is.
There we go. That's what we need.
So on the left, the highlight is just for the Google login history. In the center, the third row down highlighted is a particular entry of note, the IP address, which is the home, the Banfield home IP address, a login. It's both the creation of the account and the first login happening contemporaneously. Again, January 9th, 2023 at approximately 11:10 p.m. And on the lower right, we can see a notation for the CBRN920@Gmail account. And that's what this record's reflecting.
And so what are your conclusions based upon your analysis of Defense Exhibit 297?
So if you could jump back to 295. So given the location of Ms. Myla Heiss's device at approximately 11:08 p.m. From this cell tower and its distance from the residence, my conclusion is that she was not home at the time the Gmail account was created.
Objection calls for speculation. The witness can testify to her phone not being present in the house.
This is true, sustained.
Sir, can you
you say that again?
Explain to the jury in terms of the devices.
So my conclusion is that Ms. Myla Heiss's device was not in the residence at 11:10 p.m. when the Gmail account, the alleged suspect Gmail account, was created.
Okay, but unless your client also was not in the house, that's not going to be significant.
Here, I'm going to move on to the next slide. Defendant Exhibit 298. Sir, can you identify this slide?
If opened, this would be the Discord.
Judge, I'm going to object to the description of what happens when we open it. Let's open it.
We could,
Okay. Sir, can you identify this 298 has been opened. What, if anything, can you identify this as something that you relied upon in your digital forensic analysis?
Mr. Carroll, it only says Microsoft Edge PDF document.
Oh, sorry, Judge.
The document's not open.
It opened on my laptop.
Yeah, if Brendan was there when the account was created, that actually makes it worse for him. It means he created the account when she was not there. We do know the phone was used for the victim's phone was used.
As the Discord responsive documents to a search warrant issued by the Fairfax County Police Department and the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. This is for Ms. Magalaheis's Discord account. And this is the subscriber information with IP addresses corresponding with login events to that account.
And sir, are there any particular login events that you're interested in terms of your analysis of this particular day?
So again, these are UTC records. So if we scroll down to January 10th, 2023, we will see a relevant login for the period of time that we're discussing.
I'm so sorry, Selena. I don't doubt.
Do you see the highlighted portion, sir?
I do.
Is
This
that
evidence
the
could be quite
relevant time relating to your analysis of the circumstances?
It is.
Okay, and what, if anything, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Actually, Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 298.
Any objection?
No, ma'am.
Now the jury can see it.
Identifying that highlighted portion, is that the relevant portion relating to your analysis of the January 9th analysis?
It is.
And explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how this fits within your analysis and remind them what is January 9th in terms of its significance.
So again, January 9th was the, January 9th at 11:10 p.m. was the date and time where the alleged suspect Gmail account was created at the Banfield residence. I used these records to supplement my other investigative work as a form of corroboration. So
IP address.
Ms. Magalaheis's device was a few miles away from the Banfield location at 408. This is, again, Discord is not device specific, but Discord has Ms. Magalaheis's account transitioning from a T-Mobile service in the line, the 327 entry at 208.127.225.10. That's a T-Mobile provided IP address, and it's shifting to the home IP address at 11:11 and 30 seconds p.m. On January 9th. So that was used to
that should be when
try
she
to
got home.
ascertain a time where her device returned home.
And does that, and what, if anything, can you conclude to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty as to January 9th?
I think this is our best window into the time Ms. Magalaheis's device arrived back home.
And
I would agree.
I think perhaps you said this, but when was the suspect Gmail account created?
It was created at 11:10 p.m., so 88 seconds prior to this event.
Okay, and was there,
you say 11:10?
Is there anything
Bill
else
Bird,
relating
thank
to
you.
January 9th on the defense exhibits up to 298?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
So if Brendan wasn't home and the au pair wasn't home when the account was created at the home, that would lead us to conclude that his wife created the account. The account that was used to go on FetLife. The account was made on the wife's laptop while it was connected to the home network. And the au pair was driving home from a couple miles away during that time.
Sir, I'm going to ask you to look at the slide before you. Can you see that?
I can, but not in presentation mode. Okay.
Can you see that slide?
I can.
Can you see that slide?
I can.
And sir, if you could look at what would be marked as Defendant's Exhibit 237.
I see it.
Can you identify that?
I can. This is a Google responsive document to a search warrant, again with the alleged suspect Gmail account reflecting a login on February 13th, 2023.
Okay. Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 237.
Any objection?
Just this slide, no objection.
237, okay.
Sir, if you could explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what the significance of this slide going from left to right is relating to February 13th, 2023.
Again, on the left, we have highlighted just this particular data set, which is the Google login history. The top row in the middle reflects the particular login we're discussing now. The IP address is the Banfield residence. It's a login February 13th, 2023 at 7:33 and 12 seconds a.m. From a Windows computer. And again, this is to the alleged suspect Gmail account, not Ms. Banfield's sort of true name account.
And what's the significance?
There was a login to the alleged suspect account on this morning.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to move to Defense Exhibit 238.
Right at midnight, at 12 a.m.? Is that what you
So
said?
do you identify that exhibit?
I do. This is a login a few minutes later at 7:45 a.m. to Ms. Banfield's actual email account, her sort of personal account, for lack of a better term.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 238.
Any objection?
No objection.
238?
Can you please explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury the significance of this defense exhibit and what the three columns essentially mean?
Sure. So unlike the prior exhibit, this is to Ms. Banfield's actual account, the C Banfield RN at Gmail account. So I highlighted this as significant because, again, we're seeing a movement in and out of the suspect, the alleged suspect account, and the real personal account belonging to Ms. Banfield. I have some With regard to the catfishing theory, I see some consistency issues here.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to defense exhibit number 239. Sir, can you see that exhibit?
I can.
And can you identify it as an exhibit and what the foundation of that is?
This is on the same morning of February 13th, 2023. It's a few minutes later, 7:48, approximately 7:48 and 41 seconds a.m. And this is a login now back to the alleged suspect Gmail account.
And in looking at these last three slides, the time is important in terms of analysis, correct?
It is.
What's the significance to your analysis?
Well, in a 15-minute window, we've gone from the alleged suspect account to the known attributable account with Ms. Banfield, and now back to the suspect account.
Your Honor, I move this in as defense exhibit number 239.
Any objection?
No objection.
239.
And I apologize, if you could explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury the significance of how 237, 238, and 239 connect.
Judge, objection asked and answered.
Sustained. Next question.
Sir, on the right-hand side, it indicates, or what, if anything, does that item indicate, that artifact?
On the right-hand side, we have the IP address, which hasn't changed. It's a login. These are all logins. The date and time. This is now the 7:48 event. And then in the evidence information, a few lines down, the source is the determining record for whether or not this is from the C. Banfield RN account or the CBRN 920 suspect account. And that's just, to tell them apart.
And if you can, explain the significance of the CB Banfield RN account and the CBRN 920 account.
The C. Banfield RN account is what I've come to know as Ms. Banfield's legitimate sort of personal email. The CBRN 920 account is the one we've been referring to as the alleged suspect account. That's the one that was created to set up FetLife and then to facilitate communication on Telegram as part of the meeting with Mr. Ryan.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to the next slide. This will be identified as Defense Exhibit 186.
I already have 186 in evidence. Is that?
I believe, Judge, that's the same exhibit, and it's just been included in this.
That is the same. Is it okay? 186?
The word comatose comes to mind.
Can be posted. Yeah.
And, Your Honor, I believe this has been moved into evidence?
Yes, it's in evidence.
Okay.
It's being displayed.
Sir, do you recognize this?
I do.
Okay, and what, if anything, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury regarding your analysis of this?
So these are FetLife communications. These are for outbound communication or messages from the account purporting to be that of Ms. Banfield. These are all in the morning of February 13th, and they're all in or around overlapping with the time frames of the Gmail login accounts or login events that we were just discussing.
And identifying them, how are you identifying whom is speaking to whom?
So the far left-hand column, 163-63905, that is the user account that's associated with the account purporting to be that of Mrs. Banfield's.
And those are all outgoing comments?
They are. This has been filtered just to reflect the outbound ones.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to move to the next slide.
He has to tell the judge that because the judge
This will
only
be
puts it up if
identified
it's
as
published.
Defense Exhibit
if it's admitted.
241.
There might be some
Can you identify
stuff
that?
in this.
I can.
And if you can explain, is this, how did you come to receive this, and how did you rely upon it in your analysis?
This was a document received from the Treasury Department's Inspector General office. It was provided to the Fairfax County Police Department and provided to to me as part of a stipulation of records. This particular record is for the Easy Pass toll device that was assigned to Mr. Banfield.
And is that identified in the third column?
As the transponder or plate number?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the.
And what, if anything, did you rely upon
the toll
in
transmitter
this
in his
particular
car
document?
The location of Mr. Banfield's transponder, presumably his assigned work vehicle, in particular on the morning of February 13th.
Judge, I'm going to object to the presumption that it's his assigned work vehicle. If he can testify to specifically which vehicle it's assigned to based on his knowledge and review, then certainly, but if he's speculating, objection.
All right. I'll sustain his foundation.
Sir, can you explain to Her Honor how it is that you've identified it as Mr. Banfield's vehicle?
The Treasury Inspector General's office assigned it, yes.
And in terms of the documents that you received, what, if anything, were they, what, if anything, identified to Mr. Banfield's Treasury vehicle?
It's a record they keep track of. They have these assigned out to personnel.
So you can say, oh, somebody could have taken this for him.
Account.
This just requires another person to be involved.
Records, how did you utilize them in your digital forensic analysis?
Well, it's an Easy Pass transponder, so it can be associated with location information, and that's the purpose I used it for on this morning, on February 13th.
Your Honor, I move that in as defense exhibit number 241.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
241 in evidence.
And what can you tell from the morning of February 13th, 2023?
So there were 4 entries of on that date, 2 eastbound on the Dulles Toll Road and 2 westbound later on the Dulles Toll Road. These are in East Coast time, so there's no conversion. So the first entry and column B is the transaction date, not to be confused with column A, which is the posting date. So we have an entry that's boxed in green on the morning of the 13th at 6:05 a.m. And it says that this transponder and the vehicle it was in entered the Dulles Toll Road heading in the eastbound direction at the Centerville entry point.
Sorry.
The column, the road just above, they're out of order, is at 612. So line 21 or road 21 shows us that the same transponder and the vehicle in which it was installed passed through the Dulles mainline toll plaza that is near Tyson's or in Tyson's at 6:12 a.m. heading east. Rows 23 and 24 are the corresponding return trip into the main line heading westerly and then Fairfax Parkway, also heading westerly. Looks like an exit at 11:35. So the transponder was past Tyson's heading east at 6:12 and didn't return until 11:35.
I believe that's his route to work.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to the next slide. Sir, do you see the slide before you, Defense Exhibit 242?
I do.
And what did you see there?
So these are T-Mobile provided location records for Mr. Banfield's mobile device. This particular section highlighted is for, again, the morning of February 13th 2023, and these are in UTC time.
And so what does that convert to?
So the first entry begins at 6:17 a.m. There's a subsequent entry at 6:22 a.m., 6:29 a.m., and then it jumps forward to 10:35 a.m.
And what, if anything, Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 242?
Any objection?
Judge, I hate to do this, but if you can scroll to the top to show
Sure.
that it's identified as Mr. Banfield's phone.
I certainly can.
Please.
Okay, these are little pieces of evidence that, taken all together, could be quite convincing that Mr. Banfield was, in fact, not home.
And it came all the way down. Thank you. No objection.
All right. That 242 is in evidence.
But this is only going to be for like one occurrence, right?
Sir, the highlighted portion is what you were previously identifying?
It was, yes.
Okay. And just pointing out, let's see if I can move it up just a little bit more. Pointing out the columns, column
worst.
E, what is that?
Excel spreadsheet.
Column E is the date and time of the beginning of this particular session that T-Mobile logged, and the to the right towards column M is the location of the cell tower that handled this data transmission.
And this was in UTC time?
These are all in UTC time.
So subtract 5 hours?
Correct.
Okay. And what, if anything, can you conclude to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty based upon these records?
That Mr. Banfield's mobile device was not at or near the residence at the time of the Gmail logins or the FetLife messages we saw on previous slides.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to the next slide. Your Honor, this would be identified as Exhibit Defense Exhibit 242.
We just had to.
Oh, I'm sorry. 243.
Oh, there's a screw up
Move on
with
to
numbers. This is solid evidence.
Defense Exhibit 243. Sir, do you see that?
I do.
Okay, and this is, explain what that is showing there on the screen.
It's still just, the PDF is not open.
Thank you. These are AT&T wireless records that correspond to Mr. Banfield's work-issued mobile device. So the same kind of records as we just saw with T-Mobile, this is AT&T for a different phone.
And sir, I'm going to scroll to the highlighted portions and have you identify them. And these are the documents that you received from the Commonwealth in discovery?
They are. I believe these were obtained also with a search warrant.
The halting manner of this, the halting pace of this questioning leaves it hard to follow, but the defense is piecing together bits of evidence that show that someone was at home on the wife's laptop, accessing FetLife, sending and receiving messages, logging into FetLife, logging into personal accounts.
I can.
Brendan
And are these documents that were
and Juliana were gone.
Utilized in your
least
digital
their
forensics
devices were.
analysis?
They are.
And what's the significance of this particular screen?
Yeah, this is the AT&T wireless corresponding location information from Mr. Banfield's IRS phone. And this particular page is location information for February 13th, 2023 at 10:13 in the morning.
Here, I move that in as defense exhibit number 243.
Any objection?
No objection.
243 in evidence.
Sir, I'm on page 1,602 of 1,757 records. What particular columns were of interest to you in your analysis?
So on the left-hand side, obviously, we have the date and time in UTC. Far to the right, we have Latin long coordinates for the cell location, and that is what I was looking at for my analysis, the actual physical location.
And sir, do you need me to scroll up?
I don't. I'm fine with this.
Okay. And this was part of your analysis as to the whereabouts of Mr. Banfield on February 13th?
At least his devices, yes.
Okay. And what, if anything, can you conclude based upon what you've presented?
That Mr. Banfield's easy passing vehicle, his personal phone, and his work phone were in Maryland from a period about 6:49, 6:50 through after 10 a.m. on the morning of February 13th.
And those locations probably correspond to his
Sure, now I'm going to move on
office
to the next
location.
slide. Sir, can you identify that slide?
I can. It's just a Google map with the timing of the FetLife exchanges annotated.
And sir, what is this exhibit intending to show?
I was intending on annotating the location of the various devices and times that I analyzed, just to show sort of a east to west progression of the devices that morning.
Your Honor, I'd identify this as Defense Exhibit 244 and move it into evidence.
Any objection?
Judge, in its current format, it contains annotations that have not been created by the witness in court, so we would object.
What's your objection then, Foundation?
Hearsay.
Excuse me?
Hearsay. It's an out-of-court statement.
Sustained.
All right.
What do you draw on this
I
for?
believe that he's already testified to these FetLife exchanges, which are just the timing of it, and the intent is to show the travel, which we've taken away from the previous objectionable.
Judge, this is the same problem we had with the graph exhibits. Counsel
All right, I'll sustain the
objected to.
objection.
Sir, at the time of the FetLife exchanges, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury where Mr. Banfield's devices were at the relevant times?
They were in vicinity of Cheltenham, Maryland.
And what's in Cheltenham, Maryland?
The Federal Law Enforcement Training Center.
And the previous slides that we were talking about, let me reference those. Defense Exhibit 186, what are those?
These are the FetLife messages that were sent on the morning of February 13th, 2023.
And sir, at the time that the FetLife Defense Exhibit 239, was that one of the FetLife exchanges?
Judge, asked and answered. We've been through these exhibits.
All right, I'll sustain as asked and answered.
Okay. Sir, let's move on to January 23rd. Here, and I'm going to move to the next slide. Defense Exhibit 245. Sir, can you identify that slide and what it contains? Actually, just identify it as something that you utilized in your digital forensic analysis.
It is. This is part of the Google responsive documentation I received through a stipulation reflecting a login to the alleged suspect Gmail account on January 23rd.
And, Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 245.
No objection.
245 in evidence.
Sir, please explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what the significance of these three columns are based upon your analysis of January 23rd, 2023.
Yeah, so on the left, just reflecting the login history, the highlighted row in the middle is the one we're discussing here, January 23rd, 2023 at approximately 11:22 p.m. On the right, we see the IP address, which is the Banfield residence. It's a login. And in the evidence information, we're confirming that this is to the CBRN 920 Gmail account.
And these are artifacts that you analyzed relating to January 23rd?
They are.
And what's the significance of January 23rd in terms of the devices?
In this particular instance, it is a login to the alleged suspect Gmail account, which is, obviously relevant given the nature of the investigation.
Here, and I'm going to move on to the next slide. Sir, can you identify that?
These are outbound FetLife messages from the account purporting to be that of Ms. Banfield, all from the similar time frame, January 23rd, 2023, around 11:30 p.m.
Your Honor, I'd identify this as Defense Exhibit 191.
It's already in evidence.
Okay. And sir, what's the significance of these messages relating to the timing of the devices?
Just that they were happening about the same time as the login to the alleged suspect Gmail account.
Here, I'm going to move on to what will be identified as Defense Exhibit 247. Sir, can you identify Defense Exhibit 247?
Again, you have to open the Excel spreadsheet.
I'm sorry?
You have to open the Excel spreadsheet.
Angela.
It just says Excel on here.
Welcome to the gallery. We've learned more about how to work PowerPoint and Excel than we have about the actual evidence, but these little pieces, some of these
Actually,
are times
I think
that
we identified the spreadsheet independently in this. This would be Defense Exhibit 248.
Right, this is the first time we've seen 248.
Okay.
So we are skipping 247.
Yeah, 247 was the icon. That was the
246, 246 and 247. We're on 248.
the judge, her face.
Let me just clarify.
I forget what I was saying. Angela, thank you. Welcome to the gallery. Good to have you here.
246 was already.
These are times that.
I'm sorry.
The au pair was home, but he was gone.
191 is in evidence.
247 was just the icon, Judge, and I think that's.
Okay, so 248 is where we're at.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, can you identify this exhibit?
I can. This is a screenshot of the full document, which is 247, which is a large spreadsheet provided by Google in response to a Commonwealth search warrant or law enforcement search warrant. This is Google's geofence location, that is geolocation information pursuant to Mr. Banfield's mobile device. And it runs from, I think, January 18th through February 20th. And it's 20 or 30,000 rows of data.
Your Honor, I'm going to move that in as Defense Exhibit 248.
Any objection?
Judge, can I just voir dire?
Okay.
That might make it easier. Mr. Litsky, I'm looking at what appears to be a screenshot of an inset, something you clicked on. If I look at the header at the very top of the screen, is that the root document from which you have pulled this screenshot?
It is.
Okay, so Google search warrant return 6923, specifically location for brendanbanfield@gmail.com?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. No objection.
All right, 248 in evidence.
Sir, I'm going to try to find the portion that you relied upon.
This is just a screenshot, so it's not going to move. I think on the next slide,
okay,
you may have that.
What's the significance of the documents in Defense Exhibit 248?
So again, these are the responsive documents provided by Google. They provide location information for the device on which this data was collected. That is Mr. Banfield's mobile device. This screenshot is just at the very start of the spreadsheet, so it shows the column headings and the information that Ms. Sands just ran through. And above that, we see the folder structure as it was provided in Discovery.
Your Honor, I'd identify this as Defense Exhibit 249. I'd move that into evidence.
Any objection, 249?
No, ma'am.
249 in evidence.
Sir, what, if anything, did you review relating to this particular screen of the Google return?
Yeah, so this is just a screenshot of the same records now advanced to the particular day in question. That is January 23rd, 2023 at approximately 11:35 p.m. Obviously, these records are in UTC and require our 5-hour conversion.
And so what's the accurate time with that conversion?
11.
Asked and answered. He testified as 11:35.
Sustained.
What's the significance of this, sir?
This reflects the position of Mr. Banfield's device on that date and time.
And what, if anything, can you opine about his position at that point?
He was not, his device was not home.
Aaron, I'm going to move to the next slide. Right. I'm sorry, that 249 is in evidence, correct?
Correct.
Sir, can you identify Exhibit 250?
This is just a Google map with an icon of the Banfield residence and its approximate location.
And what, if anything, can you, in terms of this map and the previous data forensics, digital forensics that you looked at, what can you conclude to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty relating to this map?
Again, that Mr. Banfield's device was not at home during the relevant period of the Gmail login or the FetLife messages. I'm able to annotate his approximate location on here, corresponding to the Google location information, if desired.
Your Honor, can we have him identify, based upon his analysis, where on this map Mr. Banfield was at the time?
If you want to have him mark it, that's fine.
Yes.
May I refer to my notes, Your Honor?
Okay.
Thank you.
I've got them in my pocket. Defense will want to see these. Kept them folded up in his shirt pocket, suit pocket. They're all folded, quad folded.
So there were two entries about here. I have these logged at 11:19 and 11:21 respectively. And then one just short of home, sort of in the neighborhood, at 11:29 p.m. on the night of the 23rd.
And what's the relevant login for the Gmail?
If we could go back a few slides, my apologies.
Just let me know. Your Honor, do I, in order to preserve that slide,
Do you want to mark that as 250A
can we do 250A, Judge?
and print it? Okay.
Your Honor, I'd move that in as Commonwealth's or Defense Exhibit 250A.
250 and 250A.
Judge, is there any way for the witness to identify the times? We have 3 different times associated with 3 different circles, but nothing to clarify from this exhibit.
All right, could you just put the times maybe under the business, please?
Of course.
The times were on the document, but
And then once the times are there, there's no objection, 250 or 250A?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
the states can say these are times that Brendan had the au pair log in. Defense is trying to say these all happened without him knowing. So
And those are all PM.
Let's print that one. Okay.
this was all the au pair's doing. Let's blame it on the au pair.
Should be able to clear it down. Yes.
Am I able to move the
You
exhibit?
can move it, yes.
Okay.
It just clears this. Okay, good.
Sir, let me know.
There's fine. So we could see, so the last annotation before Mr. Banfield's device arrived home was 11:29 p.m. We can see here that the login to the alleged suspect Gmail account was at 11:22 p.m. And if you advance one slide, please, we can look at the FetLife messages as well. So we can see here there was one at 11:28 p.m. and the second at 11:35 p.m.
It really does take a chart mapping all these out to make it make sense. Or it takes a defense attorney who's able to connect the dots and close a statement very effectively.
Sir, what can you conclude to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty on as to the digital forensic analysis on that day?
That Mr. Banfield's mobile device was not at the house at the time the Gmail account was logged into, the alleged suspect Gmail account was logged into, and was not at the house at the time where at least one FetLife outbound message was sent.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to the next slide. Sir, let's talk about January 30th. And on to the next slide, Judge. Defense Exhibit 251. Sir, do you recognize this slide?
I do.
And what, if anything, did you rely upon in your digital forensic analysis relating to this slide?
This is another Google responsive document showing a login to the alleged suspect Gmail account, which occurred on January 30th, 2023 at approximately 10:36 p.m.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 251.
Any objection?
No objection.
251.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to the next slide. Sir, can you see the slide before you?
I can.
And what, if anything, did you rely on in your digital forensic analysis in this case?
This is another piece of the Google responsive documents. It's from the same evening, January 30th, 2023, now at 11:03 p.m. This is a login another login to the CBRN920 at Gmail account. That's the alleged suspect Gmail account. So we have 2 logins this evening.
You're going to move that in as Defense Exhibit 252?
Any objection?
No objection.
252.
You're going to move on to the next slide?
All right.
Sir, can you identify what has been marked and introduced as Defense Exhibit 194?
It's already in evidence.
Yes, thank you.
Going a little faster here. Maybe he's found his new pace.
So yeah, these are 2
walking
outbound
pace.
FetLife messages from the account purporting to be that of Ms. Banfield's from the same evening, January 30th, 2023 at 10:47 and 10:58 p.m. respectively.
And what's the significance of those times related to the previous artifacts that you've analyzed and testified to the jury about?
It's the same evening, around the same time.
All right, move on to the next slide, Defense Exhibit 247. Your Honor, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 248.
248 is already in evidence.
Sir, can you identify, I'm sorry, you said it was already in evidence?
It's already in evidence.
Sir, what is this artifact in terms of your digital forensic analysis?
Judge asked and answered.
Sustained.
It's already in evidence, so we already would have talked about that.
What, if anything, actually, if you've already testified to it, I'll move on to the next one. Your Honor, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 255.
Okay.
Sir, do you recognize this exhibit?
I do.
And what's the significance of this particular exhibit for your digital forensic analysis?
These are the same Google responsive geolocation records aligned with Mr. Banfield's personal mobile device. This is just a different, we're looking at it here for January 30th, 2023.
And in terms of the previous slide, 248, is that for the same time frame?
No, this is just the records themselves showing the attribution and their original location.
Your Honor, move into evidence Defense Exhibit 255.
Any objection?
No objection.
255.
Move to Defense Exhibit 250, Judge.
250 is in evidence.
Already in evidence. Sir, in terms of the previous analysis that you've done in the documents and the records, can you explain how that, what 250 is relating to your analysis?
This is just the Google map showing the approximate location of the Banfield residence. And I can annotate
That's the blue house.
Location from the prior 2 slides, if so desired.
Okay. Go ahead and mark the locations that you've identified in your analysis.
May I refer to my notes again, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Make this 250B.
250B, yes.
Anything that the witness uses on the stand to assist in his testimony, like the notes there, the prosecution has the right to look at and even photograph and retain a copy of. I'm surprised they haven't asked yet. They've been not shy at all about objecting every chance they can get, even if it just slows down the inevitable with some of this defense evidence.
And sir, can you explain your annotations to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes, these are just the approximate locations corresponding to the records we reviewed, showing where Mr. Banfield's mobile device was.
This is live.
On the evening of the 30th.
Okay, and those are the, what's the relevant time relating to the digital activity?
If we could go back a couple of slides.
Before you do,
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to print this as 250?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
And I assume no objection, 250?
No objection.
Okay.
Judge, I won't go back until you tell me.
Okay, it's almost done. There you go. Now you can go back.
Let me know, sir.
So this is fine. We can see both here. So again, we can see that we had a Google login to the suspect Gmail account at 10:36. We had a second one at 11:03. And if we go forward one, we have FetLife exchanges, outbound FetLife exchanges at 10:47 and 10:58. And then, as I just annotated, at 10:52, Mr. Banfield's device was in Reston, nearer to the Lifetime Fitness location than it was to the residence.
Okay, so we're going through all the times that Brendan could not have sent the FetLife messages. That's what we're doing. There's going to be a lot of these. Follow the dates all the way up to the murder. I think what are we at? We're still on end of January, early February. February 7th.
2023. Your Honor, I'm going to move to the next slide, which is going to be Defense Exhibit 257. Sir, can you identify that?
I can.
And what, if anything, does that, what, if anything, did you look at in your digital forensic analysis, and is it showing on this slide?
Google responsive record showing another login to the alleged suspect Gmail account, this one on February 7th, 2023 at 10:02 p.m.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 257.
Any objection?
No objection.
257 in evidence.
And how is this tying into the events
Terry.
of February 7th?
Just reflecting that there was a login to the suspect Gmail account on this date at this time.
And just as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what's the relationship between the logins to the Gmail account and the other accounts that are used?
So the Gmail account was used to set up and kick off the other two accounts. However, we have established, I have established that there were recurring logins to the Gmail account for things like account maintenance, email inbox deletion, inbox review of new messages, things of that nature.
Here, I'm going to move to the next slide, which I believe we've previously had Defense Exhibit 199. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'd move 257 into evidence.
257's in evidence. All right.
Is it?
Yes, we already moved it in.
Has it already been shown to the jury?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
All right,
Defense
back to 199, which is in evidence. Okay.
Sir, do you recognize this?
I do.
And what's the significance of this in terms of timing on the other items that you've shown?
These are the outbound FetLife messages from the account purporting to be that of Mrs. Banfield on February 7th, 2023, around the same time as the Gmail login we were just discussing at 10:08, 10:12, and 10:15.
Here, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 247.
248 is already in evidence.
Yes. Sir, what is this in relation to your?
Judge asked and answered.
I think it's a different day, Judge, so it's a different question.
Okay, go ahead.
What's the significance of your analysis of this particular record that's already into evidence as Defense Exhibit 248?
This was actually just to illustrate the record itself. I believe the next slide is the one with the corresponding location information.
Defense Exhibit 260. Sir, do you identify that?
I do, yes.
And what is this document?
This is, again, the Google responsive geolocation information associated with Mr. Banfield's mobile device. This is for the reflective of the evening of February 7th, 2023 at approximately 10:12 p.m.
All right, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 260.
Any objection?
No objection.
260.
Sir, does that highlighted box support what you just testified to?
It does. That's one of the corresponding points.
What other points were you looking at in that document?
The one immediately below it at 3:12 and 49 seconds Zulu, so that would be about 10:13 p.m. on the evening of the 9th. The one above it as well. All three rows, 16309, the highlighted one, and 16311 are actually identical
for location
geolocation points.
So it's stationary.
Okay.
Stationary.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to what will be marked as Defense Exhibit 261. Sir, do you identify this exhibit?
I do. This is a Google map, traditional or default map view with the Banfield House approximate location. Also included is a satellite view of a related area on this map as well, which correspond to the geolocation points I just mentioned on the previous slide.
And are you able to, based upon the previous slide, identify where the geolocation of the device that you were analyzing is?
I am, okay. Yes.
And can you mark on the map where that was?
I can. May I refer to my notes again, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Your Honor. May we move this in as Defense Exhibit 261?
Any objection?
No objection.
261.
Aside from having video of Mr. Brendan away from the home, or
so those three stationary points.
This is the best alibi they can come up with.
Right down here at the bottom of the map, they were from 10 to 10:13, and it turns out, as we can see from the image on the right, it's at a gas station, not terribly far from home, and that would explain, in my experience in training, the stationary nature of the three successive location points.
And what's the significance of the login and any communications on FetLife and the timing?
And Mr. Banfield's device was not at home during any of that activity.
Your Honor, I would identify that as Defense Exhibit 261A.
All right. No objection. No objection. Okay. 261A. Just give us a moment to print it. All right, while we're printing that, is this a good time to take a break, Mr. Carroll?
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our morning recess of 15 minutes. Again, do not talk to anybody about the case, and don't do any outside research.
All right, a nice break right here. This is slow, but we're plugging along through it, and it's going a little bit faster than we started this morning. So there is hope yet. But let me break down what is going on right here. The defense has always, from the very beginning, pointed the finger at the au pair. They said Juliana was the
And again, sir, since you're still testifying, do not discuss the case with anybody or testimony. And Mr. Carroll, if you could grab those printed sheets from below you, I'd appreciate it. And we'll come back then at 11:45, okay? All rise.
Got a 14-minute break. Juliana was the one that did this, and they're showing all the times that the FetLife was accessed. And without getting into a lot of technical stuff, let's just say it would be very, very difficult, not impossible, but very difficult for someone to log in to FetLife from the wife's laptop connected to the home Wi-Fi network without being there. Not impossible, but very difficult, and something that would leave a breadcrumb trail that would be very apparent. It would be obvious that there was remote access stuff going on. So I think you can safely push that out and say this was not a remote access situation where someone was using her computer remotely to make this happen. I'm going to say no on that. But the defense obviously wants to point the finger at the au pair and say she was the one that did this, and they're going through every time that Brendan could not have been the person that was logging into FetLife and sending or receiving or checking messages on the laptop because he physically wasn't there. They don't have video of him being somewhere else. They don't have an alibi. Somebody came in and was like, I remember at 8:50 on the February the 7th, he was standing on the corner office. They don't have that. The next best thing they have is digital, and digital is ones and zeros. And it's monotonous, and it's GPS locations, and it's very precise timestamps, and it's MAC addresses, and all that they're piecing through and showing every time that FetLife was used at home on that laptop, but Brendan's devices were away. Now, was it possible that Brendan gave the device to somebody else? Yes. It's possible he took the transponder out of his company-issued car and just stuck it in somebody else's car, so it was driving on the freeway at the time that he would be driving to work to make it look like he was actually driving to work while he was actually at home working on the laptop. Is it reasonable? I would say no. I think that these digital records are exactly what they purport to be. That they are a record of the phone, the two phones he was carrying, the Easy Pass that was in his car that gets tracked by electronic readers as he drives under to get billed for using the carpool lane or whatever you can pay to. For those that don't know, you can pay to drive faster in the United States, and it's either you can pay the ticket after you get pulled over, or you can pay in advance. And he used the pay in advance method where you get to go in the carpool lane or the Easy Pass lane. To go on the toll roads to get to work quicker. So those records line up with his phone moving. And the problem is, and I think this will be a problem the state will probably get into and probably do it better than defense will, that during some periods of access where the wife's laptop was used to access FetLife, he was probably home, right? He was probably there. And they could go through and show that he was there during this, he was there during that. I don't think they will, not to the extent defense does, because everyone's just frustrated with this pace. But by showing the jury that there was a lot of things that happened that he was not there for, maybe they can make them doubt that he was actually involved in the ones where he was there for it. And maybe this correlated with some very effective and reasonable testimony by the defendant, by Brendan himself getting up and telling his version of the story, could introduce reasonable doubt in the mind of the jury. What would that look like? It might look like him getting up and saying, yeah, I had an affair. Yeah, things were rough with my wife. The relationship wasn't what I wanted it to be, but I never would have killed her. I never would have, I never wanted to get rid of her. It was just, I just had my wife and I had a girlfriend, and that's how things were, and I was fine with that. And everything involving the murder was planned by Juliana. I had no idea. I mean, it might mean that he went in there, heard that somebody was in at his wife's, that his wife was having an affair. It's for some reason that makes him mad then, but not when he does. And went in and shot the guy, thinking that it was what it appeared to be. And what, Juliana stabs everybody? I don't know. It's gonna be tricky once you start piecing that together, because we have audio recordings of 911 that just don't make sense. The Brendan's in the background for, it just doesn't add up. But it looks like they're trying to set up this blame the au pair as much as possible. How that story fits in with the facts that we have, that's going to be tricky. We've got a jigsaw puzzle that seems to have just one major piece missing, and it looks like Brendan, honestly. It looks like he's the piece that solves this whole problem, because Juliana told a great story, a very accurate story, not with a lot of details about things that were beyond her original confession. But anyway, that's what they're setting up. That's what they're trying to do. Introduce doubt in the mind of the jury. Show that he was not the master planner that they make him out to be. All right. I always mean business with the teal shirt. Ayden, how are you doing, my friend? Good to have you here. I just saw that was from you. When are closings? June? No. Maybe this week. We might have, remember, there were only like 3 witnesses left, and one of them could be Brendan. So we have the expert who's on the stand right now. We have the Zoom guy, the audio guy who's going to tell us that the moaning and pain sounds we heard in the 911 call were not actually Brendan's wife dying from stab wounds. Those were the dog downstairs wanting to be let out or something. That testimony is going to be interesting. I'm not sure where that's going to go, but I think that's what they're going to try to say if they can get that in. Ayden, you missed the huge giving train the other day. Record-breaking giving train yesterday, and thank you for that. It was actually, 2 days ago, right? Yeah. There's just too much eye acting for the camera from his table for me. Tammy, you know that shirt. I like it. I love it. Thank you for it. Monday, not yesterday, right? Can you put the mug link in chat? Yes, just type !mug and it will work. Apparently, you broke eBay, which is where the mug sales goes through. It's one of the first products we put up on the channel. Because now eBay says, even after all these years of me selling mugs on the channel and having done nothing else, they now want to verify who I am, because I suddenly got 17 orders out of nowhere, and they're like, hang on, this guy doesn't get that many orders for mugs. So mugs sales still going through. I just have to now have them verify that I am who I say I am. Let's see. By the way, Carol in Florida is the one that provided this image, which I'll show you. Thank you very much, Carol. Hot in Florida. Great image. That's for our water break times. So appreciate that. The mug stays hot. There's no cool off message for the mug. No freaking way the au pair was mastermind, in my opinion. I don't know. I look at the au pair and I say, I would definitely say that looking at the before and after pictures, right, before she was arrested and after she was arrested, she has done a lot to make herself look different than how she normally looked, right? And some of that is just you don't have access to the same hair dyes and products that you have outside of jail. But I think the glasses style, the hairstyle, the way she wears her hair, everything, I think she did not want people to see this video footage, because it is out everywhere, and say, oh, that's you once she gets out. She wants to have that be a very different look. So I think she did plan that a little bit to make sure her appearance is quite different. I think she's more cunning than we give her credit for. I definitely think she understands English, both on the speaking and on the understanding better than she let on. But I triggered the anti-hack software, yeah. All right. Bertie says we are due a nice dividend payout tomorrow, so I may have to make up my giving portion then. Awesome, Ayden. Good luck. I hope you receive much. Over the state. If the state had shown Juliana's pictures with Brendan, the jury might have doubted that she wasn't the mastermind. In the next frame, R.A. turns into Superman. I ripped my shirt off, and I'm wearing the big S underneath. When do we think defendant will testify? P. will. probably at the pace we're going, which is a snail pace, honestly. It's slow. At the pace we're going, no sooner than the end of day today, more likely tomorrow. Those jail-issued glasses are rough. Yeah. You don't get to pick your frames, right? It's not like, do you have something that's a little more delicate? Nope. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Thank you all for ordering the mugs. I love it. We are going to try to make a new product here eventually. I like the products to be affordable and high quality, so when I can find one that works. Obviously, Greeners, you had a suggestion, which I like, so we might go with that. All right. Anything else on the question-wise for this? If Brennan was involved at all, what is his explanation for being in McDonald's? Honestly, I think just saying I ate at McDonald's is enough reason to say, and I spent 7 minutes in the bathroom. I think those two are not a stretch. It's like Taco Bell, right? 7 minutes in the bathroom. Oh, that's all? So as far as the time, that's one thing. He was at McDonald's. I don't think that it is nefarious enough that it needs a huge alibi as to, or at least an explanation on that. Sorry, McDonald's. I guess you're never going to be a sponsor. I love your Big Macs, but I just can't eat them. More telling for me would be the 911 calls. What's your explanation if this was all Juliana, if the au pair was behind everything, and she's the one that tricked you into giving her one of your guns, and she tricked you into thinking that this was actually someone attacking your wife when it wasn't. If that's the case, explain the 911 calls, right? Explain how you're, it would have to mean that the attacker stabbed the wife first and then got shot, which the blood evidence tends to say was backwards, that he got shot first and then the wife's blood was applied to a deceased attacker. There's just so many things he has to answer that I don't think the evidence will support. Did they or didn't they live as a couple thereafter? They did. They got new purple blankets. I think they got new furniture in the master bedroom, and the au pair moved up. But how did he get off the toilet so quickly when she called? That was if he was really busy in there. Maybe he only needed 6 minutes, and the 7 minutes was, just the tail end of everything. He didn't seem to be running or even walking with urgency when he got the call from Juliana. That video is he is slow, that's for sure. Celestial Force. I could use a nice thick hoodie right now. Even more bonus with your logo on it. Want to buy a hoodie? We have some hoodies. The last ones we have were the prison. This is my prison escape hoodie. I think we have it in white and orange. Leona in Canada. Hello to our neighbors from the true north. Strong and free. Can you catch us up? We are at the tail end of all the evidence in this trial. We have about 1 minute before they come back, so we've got to be quick. The defense is currently presenting their case in chief. Their witness on the stand is an expert witness who is going through the digital evidence from the phones, basically from everything, from the laptops, from the phones, from the Easy Pass, the toll road transmitter that's in Brendan's car or his work car, all the data to try to say, this doesn't match up. Some of the things, the bad things that were happening at FetLife, with the lineup of, hey, do you have a knife? Can you bring a knife? Send us pictures of what gear you have for the occasion. Those were happening when Brendan wasn't home. And they're going through all the times that those happened when Brendan wasn't home. Remind me the date that she died. It was his birthday, right? Was that February 24th? I think it was February 24th. If you wonder where we're at on this presentation with this expert, follow the dates, if nothing else. And that'll lead us to the date that she died, because once we get to that date, we are doing it chronologically. Then we can at least, hang on a second.
Call from Angela.
Hey, Angela, you've got like 10 seconds before the judge comes back. How are you doing?
Oh, are we back to court already?
It should be 11:45. It's 11:46, so we're a minute late.
Okay. I have a merch request. Can we have a thermos mug? I mean, for us who live in colder parts of the world, it can be very handy.
A thermos mug?
Please no. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, where you can put warm drinks, even cold drinks for those who want cold drinks. But please not. Can I make another request? Please no Stanley, those huge mugs. Something, that can actually fit in a bag.
Does it have to fit in a car, like a car cup holder?
Yeah, but you know how huge Stanley mugs are?
There's like a gallon and a half
huge.
you carry it around with you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not that one.
I mean,
so
I love
128
coffee,
ounces
but not
is
that
out.
much.
Okay.
I mean, I love coffee, but I don't like that much coffee.
It takes 2 pots to fill it. All right, we're back. Thank you, Angela. Sorry for the short notice. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.
Cool. Perfect. Then
Stanley or a Yeti? Probably go with a cheaper version. Those two are both really expensive. We do have a shopping tab on the YouTube. If you go to our account and click the shopping, there's some products you can scroll through there. But I just need to do better with merchandise. Ozzy, do you need me to send you a link, an affiliate link, to buy the Flash Forge? I'll tell you, Troy bought the Flash Forge, and he texted me. He's like, I'm having a problem. I can't scan the QR code. And I could walk you through it. It didn't work for me either. I had to take a picture of the QR code and then scan the picture to make it work when you're trying to set up your Flash Forge. I'm glad everyone has the same problem.
Your next question.
All right, here we go.
Thank you, Aaron. So let's move on to February 17th, 2023. I'm going to ask you to identify Defendant Exhibit 262. Can you identify that?
I can.
And is this something that you relied upon in your digital forensic analysis?
It is. This is the Google responsive records showing the account login. This one in particular is on February 17th, 2023 at approximately 11:20 p.m. And this is to the alleged suspect Gmail account.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 262.
No objection.
262 in evidence.
And sir, what's the significance of this slide and the artifacts that it contains?
It's a login to the alleged suspect Gmail account from the Banfield residence.
Your Honor, move on to slide number, Defense Exhibit 263. Sir, do you identify this exhibit?
I do.
And how is it that you identify this exhibit?
This is another part of the Google responsive records. This is another login, a second login to the same alleged suspect account, just 4 minutes later, 11:23 p.m. 3 minutes later.
Move that in as Defense Exhibit 263.
Any objection?
No objection.
261 is in evidence, yes.
Sir, in the context of 262 and 263, have you seen this exhibit before?
I have.
Okay, what's the significance in relation to those other logins?
These are two outbound FetLife messages on the same date at about the same time.
And is there any identifying characteristics to these messages?
These are both outbound from the account purporting to be that of Mrs. Banfield.
Whoa, can't read all these, but apparently some people really like nurses and scrubs.
To Defense Exhibit 247.
Sloth Life, I saw the offer. I can't put that out there for everybody. What if he asks a good question?
To Defense Exhibit 248.
He'd be broke.
It's already in evidence. We've been there 4 times, just to let you know.
I understand, Your Honor.
Okay.
We've been there 4 times.
Sir, this is Defense Exhibit 248, which has already been introduced into evidence. What's the significance of this
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained.
related to?
It was sustained.
It's a specific date, Judge, if I may.
Judge, the next slide is the specific
The next slide
date.
will be the specific date, I think. Correct.
Oh,
There
my
we go.
goodness.
Sir, do you see Defense Exhibit 266?
I do.
And I believe that's been introduced into evidence, Judge?
No.
No, okay. Your Honor, I'm sorry. Mr. Litsky, what is it that we're looking at here, this particular slide?
So this is a part of the Google geolocation responsive records associated with Mr. Banfield's mobile device. This particular line highlighted is for the evening of February 17th at about 11:21 p.m.
Your Honor, move that in as Defense Exhibit 266.
All right.
No objection.
266 in evidence.
Okay, Sloth Life says
And what you've just testified to is in the highlighted box?
you could win a shirt.
The highlighted box and the 2 rows after it.
Can you
The
identify
manufacturer's
those
out.
rows that you're referring to for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Particularly, I've crossed it out, that row, which is 11:29 p.m., that row, 2 rows above it. If you look at column E, particularly on row 24887, or 24886 rather, you can see the number 4,684. That's a really large radius. To me, through my training and experience, that is an inaccurate measurement. I don't, I just typically avoid those. I ignore them when I'm doing my analysis. So I'm skipping that row. The row after it is informative, and the row before, 2 before the highlighted box is also informative for this analysis.
Sloth Life has a challenge that could win you a
Your Honor,
Recovery Addict
going to
hoodie.
Move on to the next slide.
Shipped
Defense
anywhere.
Exhibit 250.
They're shipped. Find one relevant question which will assist the
And
jury.
sir, what's the significance of
during this cross
exhibit as to your analysis?
First person to
Objection
find
asked
one.
and answered. It's in evidence.
First person to find one
So if you just want to
wins a
ask.
hoodie.
Yes. As your analysis that you've previously given to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Do you want to
how
put
does
it
it apply
in
to
chat?
this particular slide?
Sure. I can annotate the location of Mr. Banfield's mobile device as provided by Google as an approximation, relative to when the device arrived home.
And so, Your Honor, may he annotate with the times as well?
All right, if you want to make it 250C,
250C, yes.
Sloth Life, if you want to type it in chat to make it a little more clear. The first person to find a relevant question asked in cross-examination.
And what, if anything, does that indicate?
A hoodie.
So that's the last geolocation point reported before the device reports basically in the house, at the house.
And how do you analyze the arrival in the house? What do you look at?
Well, if we go back to the large spreadsheet, we can see coordinates that actually plot to the house itself.
Before we do any sort of moving, is there anything related to your analysis beyond that marking as well as the numbers that are next to it?
So the earlier points were back towards Reston, so I just jumped ahead at the last one before the device registered in the house.
There it is. It's not for this live stream.
you can move, it's okay.
Yes.
There we go, Sloth Life. Thank you very much for that. Just clarifying.
Is that the information you were referring to, sir?
Yes.
Thanks, Sloth Life.
I can annotate on this if helpful, but So this whole swath here, 38.9404 and minus 77.4056, those are essentially in the house. So if we look above that, any numbers that differ for those, just as a shortcut, some easy analysis, reflect locations outside of the house, away from the house. So it's fairly easy to look at a spreadsheet like this and just go down the column, and where we see the switch over from a different number, bless you, to those to the numbers I just referenced, that's sort of a breaking point of when the device arrived home.
Your Honor, I identified that with the markings as Defense Exhibit 266A.
All right.
Sir, is there something else that you were referencing relating to the original map?
No.
Okay. I'll wait until.
Go ahead.
Let's look at the date and see where we are. Remember, February 24th, I think, was the date of the murder. See how close we are to that. Maggie May, the defense is marginally more organized. They have things pre-marked, but they don't know if it's admitted or not. They're going back and forth, revisiting things they've already talked about before. They're asking foundational stuff for things that are admitted. So, yes, we got everything numbered. No, it's not more organized.
Sir, I'm going to ask you what has previously been marked Defense Exhibit 127.
It's already in evidence.
And it's already in evidence. Do you recognize that?
I do.
And it's been moved into evidence. What's the significance of the artifact information relating to the picture that's before you?
This is the photo that Mrs. Banfield took of herself on January 17th at approximately 7:20 p.m. This photo would ultimately be cropped and uploaded and used on the FetLife website in connection with the account creation there on the same date.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 128.
It's already in evidence.
Sir, do you see the slide that's before you that's already been admitted into evidence?
Yeah, this was just when Mrs. Banfield shared the same photo we just saw on the last slide.
Judge, I'm going to object to this line of questioning. Asked and answered. We've been over it.
Sustained.
Sir, I think we've already seen this. Let me move on to the next slide, Your Honor, which is Defense Exhibit 299.
Okay.
Sir, can you identify this exhibit?
Again.
And what are the, what did you use this exhibit for in your analysis?
This is part of the digital forensic analysis from Mrs. Banfield's laptop. This just shows essentially the start of the session. It's a Windows logon event at approximately 9:59 p.m. on January 17th.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 299.
Any objection?
No objection.
299.
And what's the significance of this with the previous exhibits that were put into evidence?
Well, this is Mrs. Banfield's laptop. It's the security identifier associates with her user profile on the laptop, and it's really just the start of a session, basically a logon event. So it's other than being the same date and later in the evening, it doesn't really tie to the first two exhibits.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to defense exhibit number 300. And sir, what, if anything, did you review and analyze relating to this exhibit?
This is also from Mrs. Banfield's laptop. This is just part of the logon sequence where the laptop is joining the home Wi-Fi on the night of the 17th. I believe we discussed some of this last week. It was just less formal than it is presented here.
And are there individual identifiers as to the logon and as to the time and what the search is?
This is the evening of January 17th. It's also at approximately 9:59. It's within a second or two of the logon event, which is normal. Once we start up our computer, it does a lot in the background to include grabbing a known Wi-Fi if it's in a location.
Your Honor, I move this in as defense exhibit number 300.
Any objection?
No objection.
300.
Your Honor, I'm going to identify as defense exhibit 301. Sir, can you identify that?
I can.
And what, if anything, did you utilize of that data in your digital forensics analysis?
It's from the same laptop. It's just showing a Google website visit, opening up probably with Chrome. Again, just sort of established baseline activity as the computer is starting up.
Your Honor, I move that in as defense exhibit number 301.
Any objection?
No objection.
301.
Sir, can you identify what will be marked as defense exhibit number 302?
I can.
And what, if anything, do you recognize this information?
I do.
And what is this information?
This is part of the Google responsive documentation from the search warrant, and this just reflects a Google search that was conducted on this same evening on January 17th, 2023, around the same time, shortly after what we just saw, the computer sort of starting up, or at least Mrs. Banfield's account logging on. This is at 9:59 and 52 seconds. And it's just, the search term was Google search.
Your Honor, I move that in as defense exhibit number 302.
Any objection?
No objection.
302.
Now, sir, what's the significance of this in relation to the other logins and searches that you've discussed in this date frame?
So again, this is a search conducted under Mrs. Banfield's sort of personal account. We can see on the right-hand side, about in the middle, under evidence information, the source, we can see that it's the cbanfieldrn@gmail account, and I'm happy to circle that if it's helpful. So it's just
describe where it is on the screen.
Yeah, it's on the far right-hand column under the details, a little bit above, I guess, the midway point under evidence information source. And that's where we look to determine which account was registering the activity with Google servers on this date at this time.
What was the search? I can't read it.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to move on to defense exhibit number 303. And sir, what, if anything, is this in relation to your digital forensic analysis of this date of January 17th, 2023?
So this is a navigation to the Facebook website using Google Chrome on Mrs. Banfield's laptop. And this occurred at 10:01 p.m. on the 17th.
Here, I move that in as defense exhibit number 303.
Any objection?
No objection.
303.
And sir, there's a highlighted portion there. Is that relating to the artifacts on the right-hand side?
Yeah, so whatever's in the middle highlighted will reflect, the details in the right-hand column will reflect that particular entry or that particular artifact.
to Defense Exhibit 304. Sir, do you recognize that?
I do.
And there's a highlighted portion down there. What does that relate to?
This is navigation within Facebook on the Facebook server, on the Facebook website, where the user of the laptop navigated to a media attachment within their respective Facebook account.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 304.
Any objection?
No objection.
304.
Now, sir, the highlighted area correlates with the details and the artifacts in what way?
Basically, for every, in the middle, we have rows and columns, not unlike a spreadsheet. And so for what we have on the far right is the same information in the same order, just presented vertically. So we have URL, date visited, title, and we can see the corresponding rows on the far right. So we have title, typed count, transition link, visit source, artifact type, and then it cuts off in the middle. But what you see continuing on the right vertically actually extends if or to scroll over within the digital forensic software, it would become too large to present in this view.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to the next slide, Exhibit 305. Oops. Sir, can you see Exhibit 305?
I can.
Can you identify it?
I can.
Is this your work product?
It is.
Your Honor, move that in as Exhibit 305.
Any objection?
No objection.
305.
Sir, what can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what is it that we're looking at and the significance of any of the timing or the particular logins?
Yeah, so this is part of the Google responsive documentation. This is January 17th, 2023 at now approximately 10:03 p.m. And this is a login to the alleged suspect Gmail account, the cbrn920@gmail.com. This came from the Banfield residence from a Windows computer.
And in terms of the timing of the previous logins and what's the significance of at 10:03?
These are, I believe, presented in chronological order, and these are in close in time, rapid succession. I think we saw the login to the computer itself at 9:59. 10:01, we're in a Google search, or 10:01, we're into Facebook, downloading media or navigating the media rather, and now 10:03, we're into the Gmail account.
What dates are we on now?
Defense Exhibit 306.
Zoom in, that would be great.
Do you recognize this slide, sir?
I do.
Is this part of the digital forensics that you relied upon?
It is.
And examined?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 306.
No objection.
306.
Sir, what, if anything, can you tell the jury about what these artifacts reveal?
This is a downloading of media from Facebook, downloading an image in particular.
What's the date?
And are you able to tell, based upon this, what that image is?
January 17th. We're going backwards.
We can see the file name of the image. It's probably easiest in the right-hand column. The second line down is file name. That's the name of the actual image. The download source is part of a more complex, data point. But this corresponds with the media that was on the on Facebook website viewed just a minute or two earlier.
Okay.
Downloaded a Facebook
Your
picture.
Honor, move to Defense Exhibit number 307. And sir, do you identify this Can you identify this slide?
I can.
Okay, and is this something that you worked with in your digital forensics analysis?
It is.
Okay, Your Honor, I move that in as defense exhibit number 307.
No objection.
307?
And sir, if you could tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury exactly what it is we're looking at here.
So this, these are part of the Google responsive documents. This is the attachment to an email sent from the alleged suspect Gmail account to the alleged suspect Gmail account. It's the same file attachment to this email that was downloaded to the laptop on the previous exhibit.
And so emailing from the same email to the same email, what's the significance of that?
It's a way to send yourself data, send yourself, in this case, a picture.
And what, if anything, can you conclude regarding the artifacts in this slide?
It's the same picture that was downloaded from Mrs. Banfield's Facebook account a minute or so earlier.
Here, I'm going to move to defense exhibit number 308.
This is painstakingly slow.
Sir, can you identify this exhibit? And what, if anything, did you rely upon in your digital forensics analysis in this case?
So this is analysis from Mrs. Banfield's mobile device, her phone. And it's just communication occurring at about 10:04 p.m.
Here, I move that in as defense exhibit 308.
Any objection?
No objection.
308.
And sir, how does this, other than the timing of it, fit into the previous slides that you've analyzed?
The timing to me is most noteworthy. It shows that somebody is awake and using this device at the same time the other device is being used to exchange information that is centric to this investigation.
Here, I'm going to move to defense exhibit number 309. Sir, can you identify this slide?
I can.
And what, if anything, does this show as part of your digital forensic examination?
This is about 40 minutes later in the evening at approximately 10:46 p.m. And this is back on the laptop and the initiation of the Photos app within Windows.
And the timing of that, is that significant relating to your investigation?
It is related to the FetLife account creation, yes.
And is that what January 17th is in terms of the connection to this case?
It is, yes.
Here I move this defense exhibit number 309 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
309?
Here I move to the next slide, defense exhibit 310. Sir, do you recognize this?
I do.
And explain or can you just identify how it was used in your analysis?
This is part of the FetLife response to the search warrant that they received. It's the sort of most complete representation of the document that I can provide. It shows the location of the files provided, the raw files provided by FetLife, and then the particular text file associated with the account creation at FetLife.
Your Honor, move that in as defense exhibit number 310.
Any objection?
No objection.
310?
And sir, in looking at this slide, which you've identified, is the, can you just guide the ladies and gentlemen of the jury as to the area where the you've described each of these things, where it is in the file, what the location information is, and what was received from FetLife?
Sure. The text box to the right of the screen, or the right middle of the screen, is what FetLife actually provides. It's the raw data. It's a little choppy and tough to read. The columns of the associated data that they've collected and are reporting here is at the top. I realize it's wrapped around, which makes it worse, but we can see the user ID that we discussed earlier this morning, 163-63905. That is the user ID associated with this account. We can see sign up is the nature of this action. The verification email, the CBRN 920 account is listed here as well. And then we have the date and time, of course, in UTC. So this is actually on January 17th, 2023, at approximately 10:47 and 56 seconds, so 10:48 p.m.
Here I'm going to move to Defense Exhibit 311. And sir, do you identify this?
I do.
And along with your analysis of this FetLife image, is this something that you relied upon in your digital forensic analysis?
It is.
Here I move that in as Defense Exhibit number 311.
Any objection?
No objection.
311.
Might be getting to the end of
Can you
this.
explain the layout of this slide and the significance in your investigation?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is even worse than the one before it.
Objection to the characterization of the evidence.
Sustain the objection.
I'm sorry. This is how FetLife captures the uploading of an image. So we can see JPG or JPEG, which is an image file. We see the date and the time. Aside from that, we see a lot of sizing and elements of the photo itself, the digital image itself, but there's not a lot here to link back to what we're talking about, other than FetLife is acknowledging that an image was uploaded as part of this account.
This witness becomes the first person ever to call it JPEG and JPEG.
Image and things like that. Can you just point where that is within that grouping in the text box?
Well, we can see sort of dimensions, original width, format is JPEG, that's a picture file, height, file size, so those are all aspects, those are all metadata of the image that was uploaded itself.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 312.
All right.
We're just cruising right along, all the way up to the 312s.
Sir, do you recognize this?
I do.
And is this something that you relied upon in your digital forensics analysis?
It is.
Your Honor, move this in as Defense Exhibit 312.
Any objection?
No objection.
312.
Sir, can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury of what this artifact and what this slide indicates relating to your digital forensic analysis?
So this is the actual picture that we saw sort of contextually in a raw format from the previous slide. So this is the photo that was uploaded and associated with this account on the evening of January 17th.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to Defense Exhibit 3, looks like 14.
314, you said?
Yes, I think it's number 314.
All right.
The maker of this file type says it wrong.
Sir, do you identify this? Can you identify this exhibit?
I can.
And does this relate to your analysis in digital forensics in this case?
It does.
Your Honor, I move this in as Defense Exhibit 314.
Any objection?
No objection.
314.
Sir, can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, while they have that before them, what it is that you're looking at and what you're relying on in arriving at conclusions with regard to January 17th, 2023?
Yeah, this was just, again, this is from Mrs. Banfield's mobile device. This is for context. This is to see at this important time, as far as the accounts in play in this investigation, are in focus what was going on with the other devices. And this is just a look into what was happening on Mrs. Banfield's cellular phone at the time that other activity was happening on her laptop.
And the highlighted area is that have a relation to the artifact and the details on the right side of this?
It does, and for timing perspective, this is 10:43 p.m. or approximately 10:43, 10:44 p.m. It appears to be benign, other than it might be informative as to what, we have a user on this device, somebody who's clearly awake. It seems to be benign in the topic. That is the site that was visited, which appears to be shopping.
Judge, I'm sorry. At this point, I would like to object as asked and answered. I mean, my notes reflect that we went over this several days ago.
I'll sustain the
Thank
objection. Asked and answered.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 315. Sir, can you identify that?
I can.
And is this something that you utilized in your digital forensics analysis in this case?
It is.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 316.
No objection to the exhibit. Objection is to any questions. We talked about the frozen tickets already.
I understand. So 316 is in evidence.
Sorry, we just hit 1,000 likes.
And sir, in terms of the details in the artifacts, what's significant regarding that?
It's just a continuation. It's just extended use of the device.
And the highlighted areas that reflect directly with the details and the evidence information?
It is. It does.
Sir, based upon the evidence and the analysis that you performed on the digital forensics relating to January 17th, 2023, can you opine as to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty what was going on with the devices that you're talking about in these slides?
This is a concluding sort of question.
The laptop was absolutely used for important events or activity related to this investigation. It was part of the
Judge, I'm
kickoff.
going to object to the characterization as important.
Sustained.
It was used to kick off the FetLife account, which is central to our discussion over these past couple of weeks. The phone is informative as to use, the time of day, and the activity, the activity that's into a true account of Ms. Banfield's, that is the Facebook account, and the suspect account, that is the Gmail account, and the FetLife account are contemporaneous. They're going back and forth within seconds, if not minutes. To me, that's part of my analysis where I don't see a break. I don't see a loss of control of devices.
That is the important bit. He says, it looks to me like the wife did all these. Sloth Life, thank you very much for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you. Are we done with this witness now, sir?
Let's move on to February 23rd.
Okay, we're very close to the date in question, so we're close. We're also close to lunch. Deer Park. Still not a sponsor.
Your Honor, identifying, can Your Honor see Defense Exhibit 317?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, can you see the Exhibit 317 Defense Exhibit on your screen?
I can.
Okay. And we've moved on to February 23rd, 2023. What if What, if anything, did you rely upon in your digital forensic analysis relating to this particular? Well, first of all, let's identify this as you use this information in order to do your digital forensic analysis?
Yes, this is part of what I analyzed.
Your Honor, I'd move this in as defense exhibit number 317.
Was that
Any
foundation?
objection?
No objection.
317.
Analyzed.
Sir, what, if anything, did you rely upon in examining these artifacts?
This is analysis of Mr. Banfield's mobile device, and it's just a look at some of the activity that was occurring on the evening of February 23rd, and this is between 8:45 p.m. and 9:23 p.m., approximately 9:23 p.m.
All right, move on to defense exhibit number 318. Sir, can you see that slide?
I can.
And was this something that you analyzed as part of your digital forensic analysis?
It is.
Your Honor, may I move defendant exhibit 318 into evidence?
Any objection?
No objection.
318.
Sir, can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how you utilize this information contained in this slide in your digital forensic analysis?
Yeah, this is a similar snapshot, only into the phone of Ms. Magalhaes. About the same window in time. This is beginning at approximately 9:24 p.m., down at the bottom through approximately 9:43 p.m. The highlighted entry we can see on the artifact type is a biome user activity. This is the user of this device at essentially 9:35 p.m., 9:34 and 58 seconds, using Instagram at this particular point in time.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to defense exhibit 319.
Interesting. Now we're looking at.
I'm sorry, Judge, was 317?
Yes, 318 is in evidence.
Was it
the au
evidence?
pair
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I
on
just saw it.
Instagram on her phone. If we also
Sir,
have
can you
Brendan
identify this
busy
as
doing something
defense
else.
exhibit 319?
I can.
Is this something that you utilized in your digital forensic analysis?
It is.
Your Honor, I move this in as defense exhibit 319.
Any objection?
No objection.
Sir, if you can, explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury as to the way the slide is broken up, what the significant elements relating to your digital forensic analysis is.
This is part of the same sort of multi-device analysis across around this time period. So this is Ms. Banfield's mobile device. At the top, there's activity at about 8:51 p.m. and at the bottom there's 9:25. I think, not to telegraph the next slide, but I think it continues. But same thing, we're just looking at what each respective device was doing at this time.
And the highlighted portion relates directly to the artifact information that's on the right-hand side?
It does, and I think I only highlighted that one to show where the screen cuts off to set up the next slide. It doesn't hold significance otherwise, to my knowledge.
Your Honor, I move to defense exhibit 320.
That shows that.
Sir, can you identify that?
Juliana.
I can, yeah.
Is this
And the
something
wife
that
were
you
awake.
utilized in your digital forensic analysis?
Yes.
Your Honor, I move that in as defense exhibit 320.
Any objection?
No objection.
320.
Both using their phones about the
Mr.
same
Litsky,
time.
can you explain to the ladies and the gentlemen of the jury what the significance of this particular artifact and the results that you're showing on this slide?
Yeah, so this is just a continuation of the activity we were looking at on the previous slide. This particular data set not only shows this time on this date, but this is focused on communication. The highlighted artifact, which I think is the same one from the previous slide, I've found is something related possibly to Mrs. Banfield's work. But again, this is really just showing the sort of a bit of what I'd call a nonstop or continuous activity in the time frame reflected. That is here from about 9:25 p.m. through about 9:40 or 9:41 p.m.
And if you can just describe.
No loss of device.
You indicated that you found something that could possibly be linked to Ms. Banfield's work. What were you talking about?
Well, the particular artifact that's highlighted, you can see over on the right, is an exchange with a contact name that has ANOVA PICU in it. I'm familiar with that as where she was working.
Now, February 23rd is significant in terms of your analysis. How?
February 23rd was obviously the night before the incident. On the morning of the 24th, there was telegram activity, substantial telegram activity on the night of the 23rd. There was FetLife activity on the night of the 23rd. There were multiple login events on the night of the 23rd. I'm sure I'm missing something, but those come to mind.
We'll carry on. Your Honor, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 321. Sir, can you identify Defense Exhibit 321?
I can.
And is that something that you utilized in your digital forensic analysis?
It is.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 321.
Any objection?
No objection.
321.
Sir, if you can explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, obviously there's a highlighted portion, but how does that interact with the artifacts and the evidence information that's on the right-hand side?
Yeah, so, my analysis at this, on this particular date, at this particular time, my analysis showed that all relevant devices were at home. So we have what I believe is 3 adults in the house. We have 4 devices that are in focus here, 3 mobile phones and a laptop. This is the laptop, and we're looking at about the same period of time here. This first artifact is at approximately 9:34 p.m., and the last one that's visible on this slide is 10:22 p.m.
And who's the owner of the laptop?
This is Ms. Banfield's laptop.
Okay. I'll move on to Defense Exhibit 322.
So they've established a pattern of electronic device
Sir,
usage
can you
by
identify
Ms.
that?
Banfield
I can.
during
Is
that
that
time
something
period.
that you utilized in your digital forensic analysis in this case?
It is.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 322.
Any objection?
No objection.
322.
Sir, if you can explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury exactly what it is we're looking at and the relationship between the highlighted portion and the artifact and evidence information on the right-hand side.
Of course. So this is part of the Google responsive records as part of this investigation. Google logged this particular search, this Google search, from, and this is associated with Ms. Banfield's true name account, the C. Banfield RN at Gmail account. We could see on the source information over on the right-hand column about midway down. And this is a search for kid-friendly resorts in the Dominican Republic. This was on February 23rd, 2023 at approximately 9:34 and 15 seconds. If you care to back up one slide, we'll see this corresponds to what we saw on the laptop. Should be within a second or two.
Okay.
So hold on for just a second. They've established a pattern of usage by the wife during this time period. And now they're trying to show that the night before she was using it as well.
Judge, I'll stipulate that they're the same time.
All right. They're stipulated.
So this is corroboration that the activity on the laptop is what actually happened on Google servers.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to Defendant's Exhibit 323. Sir, can you identify this slide?
I can.
And is this something that you relied upon in your digital forensic analysis?
It is.
Your Honor, I move this in as Defense Exhibit 323.
Any objection?
No objection.
323.
Now, sir, there's a highlighted portion which, does that correspond with the artifact and evidence information on the right?
It is. This was another Google search initiated by the user of this device on this evening.
And what, if anything else, is significant in terms of your analysis?
Well, the timing, of course, the evening of the 23rd at 9:34 p.m. The theme, we're searching, a different search string, but for resorts in the Dominican Republic.
Here, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 324.
All right.
Sir, can you see Defense Exhibit 324?
I can.
And is this something you relied upon in your digital forensic analysis?
It is.
Here, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 324.
Any objection?
No objection.
324.
Sir, there's a highlighted portion. Does that correspond with the artifact information, evidence information on the right-hand side?
It does. These are the Google responsive records, similar to what we saw in 322, just confirming that the user of this device, Miss Banfield's laptop, conducted the search.
And what's the significance of the information that's provided there?
The search term was 21, or the visited website was 21 best family resorts in the Dominican Republic for 2023. It was a search that was conducted at 9:34 and 33 seconds p.m.
You're going to move on to Defense Exhibit 325.
It is not possible to say who was using it, but if she uses her computer to talk to her coworkers, that's a good indication that it was the wife using it at that time.
Sir, is this a different device?
This is.
And sir, is this something that you relied upon in your digital forensic analysis in this case?
It is.
Your Honor, move in Defense Exhibit number 325.
Any objection?
No objection.
325.
Sir, what, if anything, can you explain to the jury as to the highlighted portion, the device that was being used, and the significance of the content of the artifacts?
So again, same evening, February 23rd, at about 9:34 p.m. This, it looks like it's part of a group exchange. Seems to be, it's possibly related to work, a bulletin board reference. This is from Mrs. Banfield's mobile device.
This is more of that pattern. She was active in the 9:30 to 10:30 time frame.
326.
On her phone.
Sir, can you identify this exhibit?
I can.
And is this something that you rely upon in your digital forensics analysis?
It is.
Your Honor, move that in as Defense Exhibit number 326.
Any objection?
No objection.
326.
Sir, is this the laptop?
It is.
Okay, and what if anything relating to the highlighted portion and the artifacts that you're showing on the right-hand side?
So this is an activation of the Telegram app at 9:35, approximately 9:35 p.m. on the evening of the 23rd. We just looked at other devices at 9:34 and change. They were engaged in Google searches for resorts in the Dominican, on the phone, text messages with friends or colleagues. And now we have Telegram activation in use on the laptop at 9:35 and 16 seconds.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to Defendant's Exhibit number 327. I'm sorry, did I introduce that into evidence?
It's in evidence.
Sorry. Sir, do you recognize this?
I do.
Is that a digital artifact that you relied upon in your digital forensic analysis?
It is. It's just a close-up, more detail of the Telegram information from the previous slide.
Your Honor, I move this in as Defense Exhibit number 327.
Any objection?
No objection.
327.
The exasperation in the prosecutor's voice is hilarious.
What is it that's significant to you as a digital forensic examiner as to the artifact information and the information on this slide?
Well, telegram use is of obvious import to me. That was a central component to the investigation or my review and analysis. The timing also contemporaneous to the other activity we observed across devices from associated with the 3 users in this investigation. This particular activation only ran for about 2 minutes. We see a start and end time. So Telegram was active from 9:35 and 16 seconds to 9:37 and 5 seconds.
But it was only active on the laptop,
and
not on the phone.
On the laptop?
This was from the laptop, yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to move to what will be marked as Defense Exhibit 328.
All right.
Sir, do you recognize this?
I do.
And where does this originate from?
This is from the Telegram exchange that I believe was extracted by Detective Miller from Mr. Ryan's phone.
And what, if any, Your Honor, I move this in as Defense Exhibit number 328.
Any objection?
No objection.
328.
And sir, this is well, what, if anything, is significant about this towards your analysis as to the digital forensics analysis in this case?
So with the blue text exchange or the blue message exchange on the left-hand side dated February 24th, 2023 at 2:35 and 47 seconds a.m. That's what corresponds to the timing. If we back our 5 hours out, that is 9:35 from the previous evening. So this particular exchange corresponds with the Telegram activation we saw on the laptop. The message immediately
what's your
after.
address? Sorry, I couldn't get online yesterday.
Are you able to identify the parties here?
The green account, which is a message from the previous day, is associated with Mr. Ryan's device. The blue are messages associated with the account purporting to be that of Mrs. Banfield.
Why would she give her a
zip
code?
Well, what's the device that appears with both parties?
Why would you give her a zip code?
There's not a device attribution available to us on this particular slide, but there's a correlation between Telegram. We have Telegram active on the laptop, and we have these messages at the same time.
Your Honor, I'm going to move the slide to what will be Defense Exhibit 213, which I think has already been introduced.
Ricky Stee, you're an OG, 30 months. Thank you very much. Hope your training's going well.
213 is in evidence.
And sir, you reviewed this, I guess, conversation on FetLife?
I did.
Was that part of your analysis?
On Telegram.
I'm sorry, on Telegram.
Yes.
What, if anything, can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury of these artifacts?
This is the next page from the previous slide, so it's just a continuation. We see, if we recall, that Telegram was active from 9:35 to 9:37. The 4 blue box messages from the previous slide and the 2 here, or the 2 from the previous slide and 2 here, line up with that timing.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to what will be marked as Defense Exhibit 330.
Looks like you're ready.
Sir, can you identify this slide?
Again.
And is this related to your analysis in digital forensics, or your digital forensic analysis in this case?
It is.
And there's a highlighted portion there. Well, Your Honor, I move this in as Defense Exhibit 330.
Any objection?
No objection.
330.
Sir, can you point out for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there's a highlighted portion. Does that relate to the artifact and evidence information on the right-hand side?
It is. This is back to the laptop. So this is a continuation of the website activity that was occurring on the laptop on this particular date and time. If we look actually at the first 5 rows, and there's some repetition here, but we see activity, we see the kid-friendly resort search, we see the 21 best family resort searches that we discussed earlier, both at 9:34, 17 seconds apart. And then we have a gap. We saw Telegram being used from 9:35 to 9:37. And then here, this highlighted artifact in 9:37 and 45 seconds, we have what I would call an immediate resumption of the vacation destination searches right after the Telegram conversation was completed and the Telegram app was closed.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to Defense Exhibit 331. Sir, can you identify that slide?
I can.
And is that something that was related to your digital forensic analysis?
It is.
Your Honor, I move this in as Defense Exhibit 331.
Any objection?
No objection.
331.
Sir, if you can, for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, just explain the significance of this artifact and the matching results.
So this is a continuation of the slide before. And if we look at the overall, picture that is developing from the laptop, we saw the login, I think, right at just before 10 o'clock. We went straight into searches for resort type activity. We had the Telegram activity at 9:35 to 9:37, and this is a continuation. We see the resort search continues, or the vacation destination search continues on this particular slide from 10:35 all the way down to 10:50, almost 10:51 p.m.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to the next slide, which would be Defense Exhibit 332. Sir, can you identify that slide?
Yeah, I can.
Is that something that you reviewed in your digital forensic analysis?
It is.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 332.
Any objection?
No objection.
332.
What, if anything, can you highlight or explain what was part of your digital forensics in this artifact and this matching result?
Yeah, and this is just the final activity that was truncated from the previous slide. So this extends through 10:55 p.m. The last website visit or web history on the laptop was for the Royalton Bavaro Resort and Casino, I believe located in the Dominican Republic.
Your Honor, I move on to Defense Exhibit number 333. Sir, can you identify this exhibit?
I can.
And is this something that you utilized in your digital forensic analysis in this case?
It is.
Your Honor, move in Defense Exhibit number 333.
Any objection?
No objection.
333.
What, if anything, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury as to the artifacts and how it relates to the previous artifacts that you've discussed?
So this is a analysis from Mrs. Banfield's mobile device, her cellular phone. This is a message to Mr. Banfield's device at 11:01, approximately 11:02 p.m. If we look, we can see the highlighted row. If we look above that, we see the last activity on the device, at least with regard to communication, that occurred at 9:51 p.m. So there's a gap, at least in communication, on the mobile phone until about 11. The message that was sent through Facebook messaging was a link to the Royalton Resorts Punta Cana website. So we saw that was the last artifact observed on the laptop. So I see connectivity. I see searches. We saw almost 90 minutes of searches, mostly for resorts in the Dominican Republic on the laptop. And now the first thing we see within minutes of the end of the activity on the laptop is a message related to those, I'd say related to those searches on the phone.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to...
Okay, so that's a good sign for defense. shows the phone activity and computer activity correlating around a certain topic
Sir,
at the
do you
same
recognize
time.
that exhibit?
I do.
And what, if anything, was related to your investigation in this slide?
This is one of the crime scene photos provided, taken by the Fairfax County Police Department, I believe Detective Leach's unit or he himself. This is from the kitchen area of a wall calendar.
And here I move this in as defense exhibit number 334.
Any objection?
No objection.
334.
Not under
Sir,
seal.
what, if anything, is significant in terms of the picture that you have before you as defense exhibit 334?
Well, the next slide, so this is the sort of investigative work, we take a general picture, and then of things of interest, we zoom in and take successive pictures. So the next slide, I think we'll give a clearer
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to move on
answer.
to what would be identified as defense exhibit 335.
335.
You should have just said this on the calendar, XYZ on the calendar.
Sir, can you identify
Here's a
that?
close-up.
I can.
And what, if anything, and was this something that you used as part of your analysis in this case?
I did.
Your Honor, move that in as defense exhibit number 335.
Any objection?
No objection.
335.
So, sir, can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how this piece of evidence was part of your digital forensic analysis?
Well, again, this is another crime scene photo, closer in view, so we could see what's actually on the calendar. This is one of a few pictures, but in the top left here, we can see the Royalton Bavaro Splash Water Park is written on the calendar. And so, again, contextually, an artifact on a computer or in a text message may not, they can mean something, they might not mean something. The fact that we saw extensive research, or I observed extensive research on the laptop about resorts, immediately transferred over to the phone and communicated from Mrs. Banfield's device to Mr. Banfield's device, and now calendar entry, although it's without, date or month, to me, it seems like it was a part of a vacation plan.
And are there any other aspects to this calendar that you relied upon?
No.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to move on to defense exhibit number 336. What, if anything, is this, sir?
This is just an even closer view of the particular piece of information.
Your Honor, move that in as defense exhibit 336.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, 336.
Your Honor, I'm going to move on to defense exhibit 337. Sir, can you identify this defense exhibit 337? Is this something that you utilized in your digital forensic analysis in this case?
It is.
Your Honor, move that in as defense exhibit number 337.
Any objection?
No objection.
I love the size.
Is this, what device is this relating to, sir?
This is Mrs. Banfield's laptop.
Okay, and there's a highlighted area. Does that correspond with the artifact and evidence information on the right-hand side?
It does.
What, if anything else, is significant in your analysis, if you could just let the ladies and gentlemen of the jury know?
So this is another Telegram activation at approximately 10:59 p.m. on the night of the 23rd. It runs for about 2 or 3 minutes.
Your Honor, move on to defense exhibit.
So these will be text messages back and forth?
Sir, can you identify this exhibit?
I can. It's the same artifact from the previous slide, just a close-up with, in case the detail is more.
Your Honor, I move this in as defense exhibit number 338.
Any objection?
No objection.
338.
And sir, same information regarding timing? Is there anything else additional other than this is a bigger picture of it?
Yeah, it's just a bit easier to see.
And this is, I'm sorry, was this also from the laptop?
This is from the laptop, yes.
Your Honor, I move on to defense exhibit number 339. Sir, do you recognize that?
I do.
And what, if anything, did you rely on in this, or did you rely on this in your digital forensic analysis?
I did.
Your Honor, move that in as defense exhibit number 339.
Any objection?
No objection.
339.
And what, if any, significance does this particular artifact have in relation to the testimony regarding February 23rd that you've given up to this point?
Yeah, this is a secondary use of the Telegram app, kickoff of the Telegram application on the laptop. This one ran substantially longer. This kicked off at 11:06 p.m., approximately 11:06 p.m., and ran for a full 44, 45 minutes through to 11:49, almost 11:50 p.m.
You're going to move on to defense exhibit number 340. Sir, do you recognize exhibit 340?
I do.
And
just witnessed the changing of the guard.
What's the significance of these FetLife messages?
These are Telegram messages.
Oh, I'm sorry, Telegram messages.
The first one is from the account purporting to be that of Mrs. Banfield, and it kicks off at 10:59 p.m., so in line with the Telegram desktop application on her laptop.
Here I'm going to move on to defense exhibit number 341. I'm sorry, can we move exhibit 340 into evidence?
Any objection?
No objection.
340.
Judge is going to call a sidebar here soon because it's lunchtime.
341. Sir, can you, I'm sorry, identified as exhibit 341, Your Honor.
341.
Sir, can you identify this exhibit?
I can.
And was this something that you used in your analysis, your digital forensic analysis in this case?
It is.
Your Honor, I move this in as defense exhibit 341.
Any objection?
No objection.
341.
Sir, what's the significant in terms of the timeline that you're following regarding your digital forensic analysis for February 23rd, 2023?
This is part of the extended and running Telegram conversation between the account purporting to be that of Mrs. Banfield and Mr. Ryan. Mrs. Banfield in blue, or the account purporting to be that of Mrs. Banfield in blue, and Mr. Ryan in green.
I have to say that seeing your address made
This
my
is in
heart
line
beat
with
faster.
the Telegram activation beginning at approximately 10:59 p.m. on the laptop, running all the way through 11:49.
How long does it take for you to get to my place? 25 minutes.
Your Honor, move to the next slide, Defendant's Exhibit 342. Sir, can you see that slide?
I can.
And was this a slide that you relied upon in your digital forensic analysis in this case?
It is.
Your Honor, I'm going to move this in as Defense Exhibit number 342.
Any objection?
No objection.
342.
Sir, what, if anything, can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury as to this particular artifact on the night of February 23rd, 2023?
Yeah, this is access to what appears to be Mrs. Banfield's resume on the laptop. And it was done in the middle of the activity we just discussed, the middle of the Telegram activation, the middle of the Telegram exchanges between the account purporting to be that of Mrs. Banfield and Mr. Ryan.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to slide Defendant's Exhibit 343.
Okay.
That's strange.
And I'm sorry, Judge, did I introduce the last one into
Yes.
evidence? Okay, thank you.
Evidence.
Sir, can you see the Exhibit 343 on your screen?
I can.
Okay, and this is an artifact that you relied upon in your digital forensics analysis?
It is.
And Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 343.
Any objection?
No objection.
343.
I think it could have been an accidental opening of the resume.
Explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury how this artifact fits into your testimony up to this point.
This is a login, as reported by Google, to the alleged suspect Gmail account, the CBRN 920 Gmail account, occurring from a Windows computer within the Banfield residence on the evening of February 23rd, 2023 at approximately 11:09 p.m.
Your Honor, I'm going to move to the next slide, which is Defendant's Exhibit 344. Sir, can you identify Defendant's Exhibit 344?
I can.
And the highlighted portion, does that correspond with the artifact information?
It does.
Your Honor, I move that in as Defense Exhibit 344.
Okay, 344 in evidence.
What, if anything, can you explain as to your digital forensic analysis and how this was utilized in your digital forensic analysis?
So this is from analysis of Ms. Mogelheis's mobile device. And so not just the artifact that's highlighted, but the few or couple after it as well. This just shows what was going on her device at the time of the Google login we just looked at, which I believe was just shy of 11:09 p.m. So her device was engaged, it looks like, in message exchanges on Facebook. We also see a launch of the Facebook Messenger app. We see the phone going from portrait to landscape, orientation, and all of the other artifacts sort of surrounding this. These are in chronological order.
See some Netflix in there. It's a great time for a break,
I was trying
Judge.
to get through it, but I don't think I will, so it's probably a good time.
All right, that's fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our lunch break at this point. Again, don't do any outside research and don't discuss the case with anybody, okay? Thank you.
Well, it is break time. It's lunchtime. We're taking this break. We have not taken a break in too many days. I've forgotten what lunch was for, but I know it's at least time to go grab some water. Deer Park, not a sponsor yet.
Again, since you're testifying, don't discuss your testimony with anybody, okay? Let's come back at 2:05 then, all right? 2:05.
Thank you.
All right.
Sounds good, Judge. 2:05, come back, which means we're going to come back at 2 o'clock. I'll go ahead and build a portal, and we'll go over. Let me do a quick summary for y'all. Quick summary. The entire day today has been spent with this witness on the stand. This is Mr. Lidsky. He is the professional, the expert who is testifying about the digital evidence in this case. There were 60 some odd devices, right? Was that this case? Well, there was a lot of devices that were analyzed. I think 60 was in the other case. Anyway, all the cell phones, the laptops, the pass for the car, the transmitter for the Easy Pass toll roads, all this was put together and put on the same timeline, and I'm sure by the state looked at to see where there were overlaps and where positions were for phones at different times. The state has a theory that says, we believe that Brendan and Juliana, the au pair, worked together to accomplish this. They set up this fake account, this fake email to pretend to be the wife. They catfished this guy on FetLife to say, hey, I'm into all this kinky stuff. Why didn't you come to my house? Bring ropes and knives and all that fun stuff. And then once he did that, then the whole plan was to kill him, but make it look like he had killed her. That way, they're both out of the picture, and the two can live happily ever after in the same bedroom. Most of that plan was carried out fairly effectively, if not for some of the glaring questions we have about the timeline. The defense is trying to point out here, through all this testimony, that all these times Brendan was somewhere else. His phones were somewhere else. He was at work. His car was on the road when these FetLife access messages were sent from the wife's laptop, which was her work laptop, or her laptop that she took to work and that she brought home. And so it's accessed from home, but Brendan wasn't there. So maybe they're trying to say it was all Juliana. But the au pair at times also wasn't there. So whether or not they both were gone, I think that's the only thing that will help at all, is if they can both prove, as far as you can with digital devices, not being the actual person, but the devices, that Brendan and the au pair were somewhere else when the wife was accessing the FetLife. It still just looks like one or the other did it. It looks to me now more than ever that Brendan made sure the au pair did this a lot when he was not there, because that both covered him and accomplished the task at hand. So very convenient for Brendan, not for the fact that the au pairs testified and told us everything about this plan, and it seems to line up with all the evidence that we have. Defense doing their very best, their darndest, to put a big question mark over who done it, but we already know that. So now we just need to figure out the why. Okay, now I need to build the portal, so give me just 1 second to do that. We're going to come back here at 2 o'clock for the afternoon, day 8, part 2. As far as how the defense is doing on the presentation, I have to say they're doing better than last week. Is that good? No, it is not. It is not good. It is still lay bad defense is what I might say, not prosecution. Sorry. It is painstakingly slow. I think they could have done this on a timeline and been much more efficient. The fact that they're not doing it on a timeline might go to show just how many times that it could have been Brendan, and most likely was. They're obviously going to pull up for the jury the things that fit their timeline and help them out. So it's slow. There's a lot of things. I think the state can overcome any grounds that defense may have gained through these couple hours of testimony in a few minutes, and with a couple key questions that this expert witness, and I like the guy. Man, I love that somebody goes into their chosen career field and gives it a go. I just think that this might be the last time he testifies as an expert. He is personally, and when I say this is both things that he says and things that he does as an expert witness, done more to harm his career than I think anyone else could. He's just painful. He says things wrong. He is incorrect in how he states things. Specifically where he's just assuming that a device is a person and stating that that's what he believes is fact. This might be the last time he testifies, and that might be why he's dragging things out so long, because you got to milk it for all it's worth. Neither here nor there. That's where we are. The combination of the two is just not working right. Slow defense and slow witness. It's the taxpayers' dollars is what it is. This isn't Mr. Brennan shelling out for an expert witness at $500 an hour. This is the taxpayers of Virginia. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. This guy's getting paid, and he's getting paid a lot, considering all the time he's been in court, all the time he's been on the stand. I'm sure he's got a IT usage fee, or he should, because he's been doing IT support for defense as well. So lots of that going on. We're going to continue. I do think we are almost to the end of his testimony. It just makes sense timeline-wise. I think we've got through most of those 70 some odd things that we said. We're just going to have to do this again next week, right? Well, that's what we're doing right now. So we're doing it again. He even tells on himself during testimony, yes, and I think he's going to do this for the state. Mark my words, the state's going to get up and he's going to be eating crow when the state questions him on cross. All right, lunchtime is here. Portal is made. We're all set up to jump over. I hope you join us for the afternoon session. I think it's going to get better. I really want to hear how the Zoom expert, who we expect to come in today, testifies to the dog being the one that was moaning in pain during that 911 call. That's going to be some interesting gymnastics mentally that we'll have to get with. All right. With that, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better. Please stay safe till we go live again in 40 minutes. Well, 50 minutes. 50 minutes. Grab some lunch, you guys. You've earned it. We'll see you guys after. Bye-bye.